I know why everything's all messed up. Well, I don't know. That wouldn't have an issue with this, I don't think. How's that, everybody? Can I get a check, check, check? 1, 2, 1, 2. Still, nah, nada. I gotta have something now. My thing's banging. It's gotta be working now. Video capture, video, audio. Oh, it might be this one. Good now. Okay. Uh, hey, sorry about all that. The only thing I could think that did it was we had a power outage last night. Woke up, everything was blinking, all my settings and all my lights. You know, I had go on my phone and reset all the fluval lights. Well, just turn them on. You know, once you hit it, it relinks itself and then they come on. But like the one up here, the time I don't. It must have been out for a while because the battery backup in it or something isn't working. So I have to turn it on manually. It's an edge light, but so yeah, everything was out of whack. I didn't really realize. My wife came in and was changing the clicker on the clock and said the time had been out, but she believes that it wasn't out for but a minute or two, but it screwed a whole bunch of stuff up. So, but everything's back together. Everything's up and running. What? Camera slip. So we're all good to go. Did all my packaging today. I hung my whiteboard up so it wouldn't get knocked over again. But you know, I should have done it in the first place. So that's hanging up on the wall now. I can write all the orders. The orders are all pulled. They're all sitting, waiting to be put in the bags. Because that's another thing I like to do. You know, you pull the shrimp. I pull them the night of, and then the following day. You know, that way you know they're all healthy. You know, you didn't crush one when you're trying to scoop it. You know, didn't get caught and hurt or anything like that. And you know, it just I just sleep better. You know, than catching them right then and there. Because believe me, I do that too. If somebody gets a hold of me and I'm up early enough, then I'll do it. If not, I'll do it the next day. Or if I'm just too lazy. But hey, Streetwise, good to see ya. Good to see ya. So today's a skip day, food wise, but I've been meaning to do it, and I keep forgetting. So that's another thing. While the computer was updating, I made a big milkshake for all of them, mixed it up, and then fed all the tanks. I feed all the tanks approximately the same amount. You know, I just tip it in so much, and I go through every tank. And then when I'm all done with what's left over, then I go back to the tanks that have more in it, are more aggressive eaters, and have shrimplets or youngsters, or I know that there's pregnant females in the tank, then I'll go back and add extra to those. But other than that, that's what I do. The new shrimp are happy, thanks. Oh, you got your order, Streetwise? Woo! All right, all right. I can't remember. What'd you order, buddy? I just want you to tell everybody. What'd you order? Yeah, I got I only have 4 orders going out tomorrow. I'm not complaining. 4 is better than none. But yeah, I sent you a photo. Email. Streetwise ordered orange Rillies. Oh, really? That's a 3.5 gallon? Yeah, it's cool. That long looking tank is a 3.5 gallon? There's no way. Yeah, yours will arrive tomorrow, Dan. I feel bad, but I know they'll be all right. Sorry. I just get a chuckle sometimes when people send me an email and say, "Hey, uh, I'm thinking of getting some shrimp in about a month. Can we talk about what you have?" Why? In a month I'll have other stuff and then I'll have to tell you all over. I don't know, it's really weird. Oh yeah. Did you get set? No, yeah, Dan got Snow Whites. All my tanks are small. Biggest two are 20 and 16. Everything else is Pico. Pico. Pikachu. Nah, don't feel bad. They should be good. They'll be fine. I may have to go snag another EBI tank. I got just enough space for one more. Yeah. Gotta get tanks. Gotta get tanks. Gotta love it. Yeah, these are 5 gallons right here. 5 gallons hold shrimp real good. In here, there's probably, I don't know, probably about 80 shrimp and about 15 buried females. 5 gallon. And then this one in the middle has the Super Red Severum babies and the cherries that I took out from up there for the Silwacy tank. The end tank has the prawn. He's a chicken, but I'm gonna get I think I'm gonna get I don't know. There's a tank for sale. It's a 35 gallon. I was trying to get my local pet store, or I mean my local fish store, to sponsor me on it because they have them brand new for $91, and my buddy works there. Well, actually, everyone there's my buddy, but and my other buddy's the manager. Uh, I asked them if they would sponsor me on it, and I'll Tell them I got it from their pet store and, all this and that. They haven't said no, but the guy who has a 35 gallon, so I think it's 4 foot by 12 by 12 or 12 by 13. He wants $50. So if I can get it sponsored, I get it free, and I want to not pack it, but I want to put 4 or 5 prawns in it, and then some fish because he's sending me the killifish from down there, down Louisiana. I'm gonna make a biotope out of it. Put their plants in it, the little fish, the killifish. All this stuff and prawns. I think it looked really good, and it'd be really cool for the channel. So because it's still, still a shellfish. It's still a, what's the word I'm looking for? A type of, shrimp. But at least, in that category. Hey, Don Cervantes. Filled your order, buddy. I filled your order. Your order is full. Yeah, my smallest tank is a 5. PetSmart price matching. What? PetSmart price matching up for $75. Not a bad deal if only 2.5 gallons. What? Comes with substrate, filter, light, net, food, conditioner. A 2.5 gallon for $75. I do know that 2.5 gallons are more than 5 gallons. 5 gallons are way more than 10 gallons. Yeah, I understand all that stuff. Bigger tanks are amazing for neo colonies. They get enormous. Yeah, my biggest tanks that I keep, well, I have them upstairs in Luke's guppy tank. But oh man, one of my guppies jumped out. One of the new ones that Chubby Guppy sent me leapt right out of it. I went in there. Was it yesterday? I think it was dried up on the carpet. I said, "You gotta be kidding me." Couldn't have been one of the ones I didn't like. So, jumpers. Anybody gets Chubby's guppies, he must feed them steroids or something because they take running starts. But yeah, my smallest tanks for shrimp, strictly shrimp, are 5s. They're good for breeding too. If you want to do, you know, if you want to start breeding your own, they're really good for that because they take up limited space. I probably could get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could probably get 10 5-gallon tanks on here. It's a lot of tanks. But like I said, if the shrimp are real healthy and the tanks are healthy, there's no bad stuff in them. They blossom like a 10-gallon does. Because these misfits, they were. I had a couple. I didn't know this was a while ago. They're gone now, but I had a couple females that had, or it might have been a male. I think I had a big male. He had like really, he kind of looked a little bit like an orange. Really, he had some clear on him, so he was, splotchy. And then I found a few females that grew up. It was the same. I don't know. It was really weird. I don't know where they came from. But anyways, I pulled them all out because I had taken some to the pet store because I called some out, and the guy at the pet store asked me, "Hey, you got more of those?" He's like, "I really like them," and so I told him, I said, "Yeah, I could probably dig through the whole tank, you know, call them out and put them in another tank and let them breed, you know." So that's what I did. I fed the tank for like 3 days straight. Every if it was splotchy, I'd keep it. If it was like clear, I got rid of it. You know, I was only looking for one thing, one type of coal. So now the tank is, I mean, it's packed full of shrimp, but there's a lot of shrimp in there that aren't splotchy. They're really dark orange, and it's like, but it's like where the body starts and go all the way back, it's orange, and then the head's all clear. It's stuff like that. It's really cool. Monica Lynn, I liked your video today. I liked how your tanks can be seen from both sides in the new section. Thank you very much, Monica. Yes, I really like it myself. Um, I like it when I dim down the lights. It's very comforting. You just hear the little bubbles blowing. It's real quiet. You don't hear no air pumps. They're all in the background. I mean, literally nothing. You can't even hear them things right. It's just a little hum. Just a. I mean, you can't. Nothing. Streetwise, I got about 30 red Neo Fry and another 3.5 gallon. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You can. I don't know what the max would be. Probably. Well, if you could put, let's say, if you could put 250. Let's say 250 uh, in a healthy 10 gallon. Then you got to be able to put 125 in a 500. 100 shrimp is a lot, especially if you call out the males and just leave your good males, but make sure you don't call out too many. But call out males and just leave the darkest ones, so the females aren't stressed out, and you'll keep producing. Awesome, Mike. And yeah, I personally don't like guppies with shrimp. They tend to stress them out big time. They are always picking at stuff, even when not hungry. Yeah, I just have shrimp in Luke's tank that were calls, and he wanted shrimp in his tank. So, uh, but they're all still there. Um, and I know babies live because there's wild shrimp in there now too. So, but I got a huge rock pile in there. I got tons of plants. I got tons of cover for shrimp and triplets to hide. So, um, oh yeah, I knew I was taking a chance when I put it in there, but it makes him happy. So, but down here, as you see, I don't have any fish in with my shrimp. Um, I used to keep a few small fish, like in a tank, like Danios or something. So if I don't know, for some reason, started getting overpopulation of the little those little shrimp, the little seed shrimp. For some reason, if I was getting too many, I'd just throw two fish in there, and 3 days later, 3 days later, every seed shrimp would be gone, and I'd scoop them up and take them out. I had blue, or I mean, I had rice fish in my orange-eyed blue tiger tank when it was out there on a 20 long, and they would lay eggs in the moss, and the orange-eyed blue tigers would eat. They'd eat the eggs because the eggs would all disappear and no babies would grow. I had one baby, and you'd see them. The eggs would just hang from them. They'd swim through and touch them on there, and the shrimp had to be eating all the eggs. So aqua balls, welcome, welcome, sir. Or yeah, it's Bob. Yep, I have neocalls in my guppy tank too to help clean up. I just don't keep anything I want to breed with them. Nah, yeah, I don't either. I mean, Luke doesn't care. Luke, all he wants to know is that they're put in there. Because days later he don't. I mean, I don't know if he looks in there. I don't know even if he'd care if I took the tank out. Seed shrimp, ostracods. Oh, I didn't know they had another name. I'm a bit sick. I might need to rest earlier tonight. I think it's just from cleaning out old stuff and cleaning out the garage, but I have a wicked headache. Well, yeah, of course. Your sinuses are probably inflamed. Take some Motrin. With what's wrong, all that health food and stuff, and all those special drinks that you have aren't working. You know, my dad used to tell me when we were little to get rid of headaches. He used to say, take your hand and grab right there on both sides. He squeeze that sucker because it hurts. He squeezes as hard as he can. I'd say, why is that? And it's literally something to do with, I don't know, when you create the pain there, like your body needs to release something to make the pain go away, so it like helps make your headache go away. I don't know if it was just a bunch of bull crap, but I tried squeezing there one time and it hurt, and I said, yeah, I ain't gonna do it again. I have a few Scarlet Batis. Ooh, yeah, I like those. I do that with, they're great at clearing them out. Yes, I like Scarlet Batis, yeah. Not surprising tigers. Protein feed. IME at least. Oh, it sounds like the fan on my laptop turned on. I never heard it before because it used to sit on the desk with the blanket. Now it's on this stainless steel desk and stainless steel table, and I can hear it now. Aquaball is very busy in the fish room. Yes. Uh, I don't know. Is there ever going to be a time when we're not busy in our fish or shrimp rooms? I mean, will it ever come down to that? And here's another thing to think about. As much work as we do in our own homes, taking care of our tanks and what we keep in them, how many pet stores have you gone into that the tanks are dirt, the rims and everything are disgusting. They're dirty, all on the outside, all nasty and disgusting. Just think what it would be like to take care of that many tanks in a pet store the way we take care of these. They don't do that stuff at a pet store. For one, they starve their animals. Starve them. They feed maybe, I don't know, every 3-4 days, once a week, because then they don't have to do water changes because the fish don't poop as much. So that's a big thing. They don't have to do water changes, and they're not wasting all that time. And then all the fish run to the front of the tank because they want to be fed. They see people, they want to be fed. And that's why, they get sick because they're weak. That's why they get sick and get ick and, all this stuff because their immune systems are shot. But just think about if you think you're busy now, how it would be if, you owned your own place. Because if you owned your own store, I mean, a brick and mortar, I should say, I mean, it'd be 24/7 tanks. I mean, you get done at the last tank in your store, you have to start all over. Because by then, probably like 3 days went by, and you gotta go back and start the first tank again, because it's gonna have some sort of upkeep issue that we're gonna want to fix and repair. So, that's something I think about is how bad I would be if I owned my own brick and mortar. Because you go in there and the owners aren't there, and the employees aren't cleaning tanks. Nobody does anything. The only thing they do is on order day they put the fish away. And really, the only time they really change water is if the tank is sick. They'll go over, drain water, pump water in right out of a garden hose, and back to business. Back to the register they go. But as tedious as we are with our tanks, I mean, there wouldn't be no sitting around by those people at the pet stores, I'll tell you that much. Pressure points, yes, sir. That's what my old man always taught me. Yeah, that trick does work sometimes. Yeah, my dad always do it. It just, when I was a kid, he'd go to do it. Man, I didn't know if he was just trying to show me how tough he was. He'd squeeze that, bam, right to the floor. I'd go, start kicking. Then he'd let go, and he'd sit in his chair. He's real big. He'd sit in his chair. I was like, oh, you think that's funny? Go to bed, punk. Go to bed. But yeah, he used to teach me all that stuff. It don't mean that I do it. That's true about the area of the hand. It's a pressure point. Also, the pain distracts from. Yes, it is. Yeah, the pain distracts from the other. But back in the D, Priscilla, I pulled out your blue steels. And they're all in the container right there with your sticker. Your box is made, and your Detroit stickers there. I gotta get after Mike told me I missed a sticker, I feel really bad. So I always do that. I get the post, the address sticker, and I always throw a Detroit sticker on it. And then as I'm going, like all the boxes have their Detroit sticker in them right now. And then tomorrow when I get up, I'll pour the shrimp into a bag, tie it shut, and when I go to put the bag in there, I pull the sticker out, put it in there, put more styrofoam, the peanuts on it, and then I throw the sticker on top of that. And then I tie the bag shut. That's how I do it. But I guess I did not ship one to Mike Green, and I feel horrible. So I need to get Mike Green a sticker. I feel really bad, really, really bad. 5557. Welcome to the stream. Hanging out in the D. Hey, it's been pouring rain all day here, folks, and it has not shined one bit of sun. It's a terrible day, but very muggy. But it doesn't feel like 60. It feels much warmer. It says it's 73 in my house, and the furnace is set on 70. it's just a cruddy day. That rain, that heavy, damp moisture out there, and I have a fish room in my house. Yeah, that's good. My dehumidifiers are screaming right now. Help! You know, they're just spitting water out. Crazy. And FF57. Fishbone 57. I need a Detroit sticker. The net has not. What? That still ain't come yet? I'm not sure why is there a sticker in that pack. I didn't send you a sticker either. Oh, well, yeah, I didn't send that stuff to you. I don't know if there's a sticker in it. I can't remember. God, I can't. Yeah, that's just in a bubble, in an envelope. You know, a big with all the bubbles in it. That's what I sent it in. And you know, it's I don't know if that would have. I gave it to him at the counter too. I don't know if that would have a tracking number on it. I don't know. Man, I gotta get Monica stickers. Blue Steels. Woohoo! Tropic. El Tropico's in here. Fish Tropic. There he is. Everyone's coming around. Getting some Blue Steels. Yeah. You weren't around last night, Dan. Priscilla's making moves without you, big boy. She's making moves without you. She said if Dan was here, he'd get upset, but he ain't, so I'm gonna buy some. I mean, who am I to tell her no? So I let her buy away. But yeah, Priscilla's got a sticker. Dan Slee got stickers coming too. I don't know. I got a bunch of red Caradina shrimp. You're putting it. Wow, Monica's putting it in order. Hold on a minute. Let me get my book. For everyone who doesn't have Detroit stickers, that's what they look like. Detroit Shrimp and Aquatics. Woo! Hell yeah. That is what's his face made them for me? Jadrin Aquatics. Ooh, I do not have. Hold on. What the heck? Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Oops. Oops. Oh, pen. I need a pen. I went out to get a pen and I forgot all about what I was going out there for. Fish foot. It's been cloudy all day and trying to rain. Only 57. Yeah, that's about what it's been here. No leaves on trees yet. Now my my black mulberry trees are budding now, so I'll be having leaves soon. Some more blue steels I might get tonight too. At Dan's Fish. She's copying me. That's funny. Priscilla MK Art. Well, if Dan buys it or me, it stays in the fam. Mine gonna look better. Streetwise, I just think of Zoolander whenever anyone says blue steel. Oh, you guys kill me. Don Cementos, as long as you have your order book out, how much are crack sacks? $5 for 10 grams, $9 for 20 grams. 20 grams is quite a bit of food. So, yeah, 5 and 9. 5 and 9. Yes, sir. He said crack sack. I actually have it right over here, too, for orders. Oh, look at the crack. I got to go get the brand new one out of the freezer. Yep. Right on time. Yeah, I got tons of it. I got a whole nother one of them upstairs. How many blue steel do you got in total? Oh, I don't know. 40. Oh, I don't know. I probably got good 30 30 in there. Somewhere around there. Okay, I'll take the $9 if you could slip it in. Oh, I could slip it in, Don. I could slip it in. Matter of fact, I'll make it right now so I don't forget. I'll go get my scale. And I gotta get a crack sack. Well, I got lots of cracks of sacks. Cracky sacks. Look at that. Big old fat crack sack. Nice. I carry those. These are for the 20 milligrams. Or 20 grams. These are for the 10 grams. I weigh my stuff out, yo. Shoot. I be slinging on the streets, boy. It's gotta be right. Gotta have your shit right. It's just so funny. It is so funny. It is funny. There's some people I grew up with used to talk like that, and they used to make me laugh. And they're the ones that my parents taught me a lot about the street. Some real street smart. You know, you got to be street smart. You got to teach your kids to be street smart so your kids don't ever get taken advantage of and stuff and treated bad. But you know, some lifelong friends I had when I was a kid and still have. They, teach you that not all nice people are nice people. Not all people tell the truth. You know, all sorts of stuff. Maybe that's how I got some of my personality. Because some guys used to make me laugh all the time when I was younger. So see, one big fat scoopers. Put it in there. I don't even think that. Well, of course that's not it. We'll see what a big fat scooper sits us at. Oh, 10. Wow. A fat scoop is 10. Priscilla decided gonna do a third. Each with the dinner late 2.5s. Wow, you got tanks and everything? Man, you guys are really big pimping. What are you doing watching me? I'm a nobody. You guys, shoot. You guys rolling with Dennerly and you're watching my little show. Alright, look at all that, Don. Look how wide that baggie is. Yeah, That's a heavy baggie right there. Look at that. Ooh, 19. It hit 20 and then came back. Oh, we're right on the cusp of 20 grams. But that's what I'm saying for $9. It's a heavy sack of crack. There it is, 20 G's, 20 jizzies of happiness. Who was it? Was it Monica said that she fed it to her shrimp? Somebody said they fed it to their shrimp that I just sent it to, and they say they're swimming around getting it, or was it who the heck was that? Cooper. I don't know what ever want to say his first name. That's why I always pops in Cooper Sicklets. Well, I'm sure everybody knows Ray. Somebody said I thought it was Ray because he messaged me. Hey man, what is this? I was gonna tell him he should snort it. Gets you one of them fat straws from McDonald's and snort it. But see, there you go. You can see that. But that's a huge bag. That's what I'm saying. 20 grams, not milligrams, but grams. That's a lot. Let's see if you can hear it. It didn't thump. No, it didn't thud, but it's heavy. Take my word for it. See, the funny thing is I bought this scale because I want to buy I didn't even know. I bought my wife years ago. I bought her a printer, and we used the crap out of it, loved it, and then we just stopped using it. So I got rid of it. Next thing you know, that I started all this, and now I need a printer to print out, get that the posted stuff, so I don't have to go and stand in line, and that's what I bought this for. Still ain't done it yet. So now I'm gonna have to go stand in line tomorrow, holding everybody's boxes like this. I'm gonna go throw this in Don's in Don's hookup. See, that's how I like doing everything. I like doing it right then. Because, you don't forget. I don't have to write it down. It's just easier. Streetwise says you should have a setup where you can press a button and switch to a workbench camera. Streetwise, you're a very wise person. That's probably why your name is Streetwise. I'm starting to understand this now about you. You have very good ideas. Very good. I mean, that would be really, really cool. No kidding. Click it, bam. It lights up over there, turns on at the workstation, and I can do my stuff. That would be really cool, you know. But, and I'm not even going to say it because I don't need this thing beeping and all that stuff. Fish Tropic, you can email Brian at pretty prettywomen.shrimp ain't easy at hotmail.com. Remember to blow your kazoo and smash the light. You're a retard, dude. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. That was a wrong word. I'm sorry. I'll take that back. I'm sorry. That was not a nice word to say. I shouldn't have said that. My bad. Haha, still paying wholesale cost on the tanks. They aren't free. Yeah, ooh, wholesale? That ain't nothing. You're paying middleman price. You're not paying what I would pay at the store. I'd give anything to have me a rack of just a whole shelf right here of Dennerlay 10-gallon tanks, rimless. Ooh, but I don't know. Like I said before, rimless tanks are nice, but I don't know. I'm not in it for a pretty tank. I don't know. I think like I said, I think it's because of my age that I'm attracted to the tanks with the black top and the black bottom. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think about it all the time. Just looking up there now, going, man, if those were all rimless, I would think that it's missing something. I mean, would I take a 10 or 20 or 30-gallon Dennerlay tank? Heck yeah. Would I enjoy it? Heck yeah. But would I strap my room here with them? No. Like I said, but that's just a taste of mine. I mean, even if they're free, I wouldn't. If Dennerlay gave me 100 free tanks, I wouldn't even. I don't even know if I'd take them and sell them. I'd feel bad. But yeah, I wouldn't take them. I mean, if I took them, I would sell them. But other than that, I'm paying like $22 a tank or something. Yeah, I like pretty tanks. Okay, PayPal complete. Thank you, Don, sir. My phone blinked and the P is lit up, so you did it right. Crack sex, get your crack sex. Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta remember. I like to put a Detroit shrimp sticker on it, but you'll at least have one in the box. They're so cool. It's old school Detroit, black and white, baby, black and white. It's how we keep it, black and white. It's what our city's made of, black and white. It's why we stand strong, black and white. They retail for like for a 2.5 gallon, $45. See what I'm saying? It's Yeah, I will enjoy them in the pictures that you send me showing me the shrimp that are inside of them from afar. I'll love them to death. I'll even name the shrimp in the tank if you'd like, but if I get sick and die, who wants my fish and fish room? I'll put an addendum to my will. I don't know. You live far from me. I'd have to drive a long way just to get some fish and get shrimp. I mean, I don't know. Now, if there's money, if you leave money in an envelope to like come get it, clean it out of the house, meaning like you care about their lives and if they die or not, then I would think about it and I'd probably come get it for free if you paid me. I'm just saying, that's a long drive. If anything, you're probably gonna have to ask Tokes, and he would do it just for the Amanos. I don't know if he'd even care. That's so cute. I don't like the look of a rimless tank. I like the black trim. Yeah, see, I don't know, I'm a black trim guy. I like trim. Uh, yeah, I don't care if the trims all got to be the same. Because like these, I don't know if you can tell, these tanks up here have a shorter trim because they're made by a different company. These tanks here all have the same, except those down there because they're 15s, and except that one back there, those are 15s. So they're just a little thicker, but you can't really tell. But the rest are all thick, and then this whole row right here, they're all the taller. Except this one, because it's a 15. So if you see in the camera, you can see there's a little bit of a height difference, but it's not because it was made different. I mean, it's a 15. So there's a little size difference, which is fine with me. I don't freak out about it because it's a 15. That's the reason. It's not because it's a design difference in between companies. It's just it needs bigger because it's a 15. Oh yeah, that's what me and my wife came up with. So what's gonna happen? This is something that's gonna happen. What? I have about half rimless tanks. Besides any looks consideration, rimless fits the Fluval Nano bracket, and they are easier with getting anything out with suction cups. LOL, Brian. Ha ha ha. Most of the time, yep. LOL. Plus cash to take care of my fish. Well, no, I'm not saying take care of them. Of course, I'll take care of them. I'm not going to get rid of them. But I'm just saying to drive all the way to your home, pick the lock because you're going to be dead. Go in there. I mean, it's going to smell, and start to drain these tanks and put all your little children in containers and, you know, get in, get out without neighbors seeing me. You know, it's going to stink. And I mean, I'm going to need a couple bucks. I mean, I'm just saying. I'll keep them. I'll take care of them. Of course he'd come get them. Who wouldn't come get them? All mine do have black silicon. Yeah, I have one down there that has black silicon. The 15s all have black silicone. Black silicone. Uh, I usually shop at the same store for my stuff for that reason. Just 15s, and then this one down here. That one down there is a the company, I think they sold their stuff. Blue something or something blue. They make tanks. Well, I guess they don't anymore. I think they still make products, but they don't make tanks. Blue something, but it's got black silicone. And I think it looks really cool. Just none of my 10s have black silicone. I was going to get rid of it, but I just couldn't do it. So I put it all the way down here at the end so I can see it. Oh, yeah. 15s cost way more than 10s. Yeah. Yeah. It's that in between oddball size. You can't go to Petco on $1 a gallon. You can't go anywhere and get a 15 for $15. They don't do it. They don't do it on 2.5s, 5s, or 15s. And the 15s are nice because these racks are 2 foot deep, and 15s are 2 foot deep. So if you get one of these racks and you want to span it, you could outfit it with all 15s. But yeah, it's expensive. But think about it this way: if you have if you breed stuff, and you have a fish store by you that buys stuff, and they have 15s, you could just keep taking all your stuff in there that you breed and sell it for store cred for the tank. But you need to tell them here's the thing. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm sure everyone in here knows. I'm sure some more than others. But pet stores triple everything. I keep saying pet stores. Fish stores, your local fish store, your LFS triples everything. Dang near everything. So if you go into a store and say, hey, I have a silver dollar fish that I want to sell. And you go and look and they sell them for, let's just say they sell them for $12, $11.99. Well, they're going to want to give you $3 for it, then turn around and sell it for $12. Now, if they give you store cred, then you're going to be like, yeah, can I put it towards a 15-gallon tank? Well, here's the thing. Let's say a 15-gallon tank costs $25 or $24. They only paid $8. So what you need to do is get on a relationship with the store owner and say, look, I'm selling you something that you want me to sell it to you at what you'd pay for it. Now sell me the tank at what you pay for it. See what I'm saying? You don't want that extra $16 on there. He doesn't want that extra $6 or $8. Yeah, so it'd be, let's say, $4 he gives you. He doesn't want the extra $8 on that silver dollar. He wants to make it, but he wants you to pay the extra money that he puts on that tank. So you're way down here in what you get for your fish, and he's way up here on what he gets for the tank, even in the store cred. So you're paying triple. He pays $8. He sells it for $24. He gave you $4 for your fish, and he sells it for $12. So look, he's making $8 profit on your fish, and he's making $16 profit on the tank. So he's making $24 profit off of you on a deal, a purchase, without even having to do nothing. So you bring your stuff in, he's going to make a profit. You buy his stuff, he's going to make a profit. So the local fish store owner, they will rob you blind if you allow them to do that. And that's what you need to explain to them. Be like, look, you want to buy my stuff at cost. well, can I buy your stuff at cost? Then they'll be like, well, I'm not making no money. Well, here's the thing. It's a transaction. I'm not coming in here to sell you a fish to make money. I'm coming in here to try to make a financial transaction here where we can both benefit. You get a silver dollar fish, which you put in your tank, which can attract people in the store to come and buy your products because they're like, oh my gosh, he has silver dollars. And I need a 15 gallon to take home to breed more stuff to bring up here and sell you, to make you a better store. That's what you tell them. And most of the time, pet store owners don't, or fish store owners don't like it when you talk to them about that because they don't want to talk about the books. But if you want more, if you want more money, that's the whole thing is don't just say okay at a fish store either. Do not. You go and look and see what they're charging. There's nothing wrong with asking for half. Nothing whatsoever. Because what you're bringing in there, if it's in good health, see, and that's another thing. If a stranger comes in a pet store with a bucket full of fish and their fins are all torn up and this and that, and, they probably got ick and all this, I'd give them nothing. I'd make them pay me to take them and then put all the medicine in them, have a tank sitting not making no money so I can rehab these fish. But when you go in there and you start saying stuff and have a conversation with the owner and be like, hey, this is what I do. I breed fish. Is there something we can do to work it out that I'm getting a little more because I'm not just a normal Joe off the street looking to sell a fish? My stuff is really healthy. And make sure you take pictures of your tanks so you can show that they're clean and they're not pounded with algae and nastiness and blah, blah, blah. And it works. You'd be surprised it works. Because, look, really, what's a pet store owner got? I wouldn't, like a lot of stores around here, they won't even give money for Oscars. You just have to give them over for free to the pet store. They won't even buy them because there's so many of them. And because people take such terrible care of fish, they don't even purchase them. They say, if you want to leave it here for us to take care of it, we'll do that. But if you want money, you're going to have to go down the street somewhere else and find some place that'll buy it. Because, Oscars get big and a lot of places don't sell big fish. They sell family fish, what I call family fish. They sell all the small little fish, and that's what their business is made on, but other places sell bigger fish. So, but yeah, you got to know the pet stores. You got to know the fish stores. If you don't know the business, don't go into the business because they'll rob you blind. And at least over here, they admit it. Oh yeah, well, we give them nothing till one day they find out. They say, Brian, we give you what you asked for because every time I go in there, let's say the only thing I don't put a price on is plants. When I did plants, or even like when Luke's tank, he gets all the runners from the Java Fern and stuff. I just keep putting in the tanks down here. Like this 5 gallon's got about 8 or 10 plants on it. I just bring it in and throw it on top. Well, I take it in there and I let him give me a price on it. But if I take, let's say I take shrimp or when I have fish and I take them out of my big 120, I'll go in there. He'll be like, I'll give you $80, or he'll be like $80. But everybody else, they don't do that, because they want to see if you know what you're talking about. They go, well, I'm thinking like, so that right there lets you know that they're going to lowball you. Well, I'm thinking like $60, $50. I would give you 50, but you seem like a nice guy or gal. So I'm going to give you $60. When they're gonna make a lot of money off of it. So that's what I'm saying. Always stick to your guns. Bump them when you can. They even try it with me. So it'll be like 90, and they look at me because it might get me on a good day, and I'm sweating because it's hot in there. I'm like, yeah, just get me out of here. I don't care. But I look at them go 100, and they're like, all right. So look, I just got $10 because I wouldn't walk away at 90. But they're gonna give it to me because they know how good I take care of my stuff. They don't have a problem with paying. You just can't let them walk over you because they'll do it all day. They don't have a problem with it. They do not have a problem with it. Sapporo is the new brand. Yeah, I just seen one of those. Holy hell, I think it was like a 40 gallon. It was like $400 for a 40 breeder or something. It looked really pretty. That's about all it did. Looked really pretty. But guess what? The fish will swim just as good in a 40-gallon breeder with a black trim as it does a tank with no trim. Wholesale on an Aqueon tank is more than $1 per gallon. So I'd rather pay extra for Dennerly or Mr. Aqua. Yeah, well, why don't you just go to the Petco and buy a $1 gallon sale? I mean, that's what I'm saying. At $1 a gallon, they make no money. None. And it's like, take advantage of it. Shoot, go buy them at $1 a gallon, turn around and sell them in your store for, I don't know, $2 a gallon. Double your money. Or even $1.50. Red fish, blue fish. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, I just watched a video of yours. What did I watch? Oh, the lights. I do like those lights. Sir, I do like those lights. I like those lights a lot. Because it's like my Edge up here. Edge is expensive. I didn't buy it new. I bought it actually used. It came on my 120. I bought my 120 used. It came on that. But yeah, it's kind of the same with the controls down on the end. It's all right. I don't like it when I like having a remote. I don't know. But those are nice. Yeah, those seem really bright. I wouldn't mind trying something like that. All right, that's enough. Yeah, right, redfish. Yeah, it's simple. This is it. You want shrimp at wholesale? I want aquarium at wholesale. No deal? No problem. It's all you got to tell them. I mean, that'd be like someone asking me, "Hey, it's kind of like my buddy when he wants my tangerine tigers all the time, a lot at a time, and him saying, "Oh, hey, can I get 100 of them?" Okay. Well, I give them to him at wholesale because he buys so many at once, right? I don't sell it to him at full price, but it's not that much cheaper than full price. It'd be like him telling me, "Yeah, you can do that, but Uh, these are only the shrimp that you can get if you want shrimp. These cheaper ones over here, can't go over $3. So he wants my tangerine tigers. I have full reign on. I mean, unless they're like $15 a piece, no, but that's just how I do it. I don't, don't ask me for something and then there's a cap on what I can get from you. Same thing at the pet store. You want shrimp? I want what you're selling. So let's swap. And whoever's least amount, whoever gets the least amount, I mean, we can make it up or just call it, even. The Fluval Plant Nano, yeah, them Fluval tanks are sick. I don't know what I'd do if I had one of them. I'd have it right here and just drool all day. I love that. That curved front, that curved front, the bow front, I don't care for. But that curved front like that is a sleek design. I don't know the guy's name or girl's name who thought that tank up, but man, that's a game changer. You can have every rimless tank you want. You put it next to a Fluval curved front. That's my opinion. Had a 55-gallon Aqueon stand sitting around. We had to go buy a tank at Petco to get a complete set because it would have been more ordering it wholesale. It's a give and take. Oh, yeah. Hey, you got to get down where you can get down, right? I mean, stands ain't cheap. They're not cheap. My buddy's store, there's a guy that makes his stands by hand. He just calls them and puts in an order. Hey, I got, 3 120s, I got 2 180s, and I got a 300 gallon I need stands for. Oh, and I got 5 cubes coming. So the guy will have all the stands there like a day before the tanks show up. So when they show up, they're all sitting there and they're just lifted and put on all the stuff. But the guy makes beautiful stuff. No store is getting rich on selling dry goods. Yeah, probably not. I don't know much about the dry good game. All I know is they jack up everything. Well, dry goods is probably the same as like dog food because he carries dog food. And he literally makes no money on it, almost no money. But it's if he carries dog food, then he gets a discount on other stuff where he can make more money, which he makes the money up on the dog food. If you understand, if you get my drift, they say, hey, if you sell our dog food, we'll give you, whatever it is. Like, I don't know. Let's say he goes to, I don't know, Frank's Foods to order all this stuff. Well, let's say Frank says if you buy the dog food and put it in your store, we'll give you free delivery. So he could put in tons of stuff, that would cost, I don't know how much it would cost, but maybe he gets free delivery. And which, I mean, if it's a few $100s or whatever, I mean, whatever it is, he said he doesn't get any money on dog food, but he did not say that he does not make money on dry goods. All I know is he racks it up. When he gets that ticker, that price gun out, he goes to turning it up. I mean, it starts to turn red and that peg's going. Yeah, the greed starts to kick in. And then, hey, like tanks and stuff, if he doesn't, if a tank is in his store too long, then he gets rid of it. Whether he drops the price way down on it or he literally gives it away. He'll just get rid of it and then he'll write it up as like it got busted or something. I'm telling you, store owners are scantless. Well, some. Let me say some. No store. Oh yeah. If you're looking on the Fluval site, there are many missing lights from the USA site, which are visible on the Canadian site. Weird. If you're looking on the Fluval site, there are many missing lights. Oh. So they're saying they're showing up with no lights? Okay, thanks at Streetwise. They are nice lights. Oh. Fluval site. Yeah, I got a lot of Fluval lights. Tell them how much you want. You either get a yes or a no. If you ask, then you don't get it. Oh, if you ask, then you don't get anything. Yeah, right. Just go in there and tell them, yeah, give them your flat out price. You know, they say how much you want, $50. You know, yeah, if you say how much you gonna give me, anytime you see that head shake, that's them going, well, what a dummy. I learned all that because I've been called the dummy. So you know, I don't say this because it hasn't been done to me before. Oh, it's been done, but it doesn't get done anymore. They pay, believe me, they pay. That's what I'm saying. A lot of my equipment was, you know, it was hustled. You know, because it's like the lights are expensive. So what I do is I go in there, you know, take a like a bag of calls. Well, I would just make a bag of calls, be like, I don't know, 120 shrimp, and I go in there, give them a bag of shrimp, and I take a light, you know, because I think the 4-footers are expensive, you know. Then go get another light. Then they call and put like a $500 order in for shrimp. I go up there and get the money, and I get a light, and I get another light, and I get another light. Now I take some lights up there, which I shouldn't have done. I took some, but I got them all back, I think, except one. But um, I go up there and just swap them stuff. You know, he'd call me, hey, you got any food? You know, shrimp food. I'm like, yeah, I got food. And he's like, hey, bring some up. So then when I get up there, I'd be like, hey, I need a light. You know, sell it to me for what you pay. He charged me maybe a couple dollars more, you know. I understand. I mean, you know, but like I told my wife, I said, all I am is a good thing. You know, he keeps me around because he has shrimp. I mean, because he wants shrimp in the store, and I breed shrimp. So, and to prove it, we had that, you know, that I had that explosion with his employee, what, I don't know, over a week ago. He still ain't called me. Nothing. I told my wife, I said, look, I'm not going to call him to prove to everyone that he just has me come up there because, you know, he wants to buy shrimp, you know, at half the price. You know, so if I don't go up there, all those tanks that he has that I've been filling for, you know, 6, 8 months now, they're all gonna just go to the wayside because there's no one he can get shrimp from except one place, and they only have like three different types of shrimp. And if they have more, when you look online, it always says that they're out. So he'll put in an order and they don't show up because it says that they're out. So he's going to have to buy from customers, which he does anyways, which we had a deal that he does not buy from customers. He only buys shrimp from me because I'm not going to go get him started, get him into all this stuff. And then now all the shrimp he sold to his customers, now he's going to buy them off his customers way cheaper now. I mean, that's like stabbing me in the back. I started you, but now if you can get them cheaper, you're gonna do that. You know, so he still can't fill all those tanks. So he's gonna have to shut a bunch of tanks down, or he's gonna have to put fish in them and leave them there. But because I almost guarantee he ain't gonna call me. if you have questions on the light, I made a bunch of programs. That's a good point. I'm going to try asking the manager too, Brian. I have really nice quarries that I want to try supplying my guppies to. Yeah, so all you got to do is go in there and tell them how much you want for them, and that's it. You need to know how much they sell them for. So just walk in there, walk around, find them, and look. So if they sell them for $10, you want half. You want half. I sell all my look. I only sell shrimp to the pet store because I know the guy, but he like helped me start getting my hustle on. So when my tanks were really getting full, like cherries and stuff, I could take up 100. He'd buy 100 of them. At $1.50 a piece. That was a good little lick for a 20-minute drive there and 20-minute drive back. And I'd empty my tank a whole bunch so they'd just keep on breeding. And now he has Neo and Caridina tanks. He carries both because of what I carry. So if he don't call me and apologize for what oh boy said, he's going to have a bunch of empty tanks up there. And if he gets lucky and fills them, then hey, more power to him. I won't lose any sleep. I don't need his money, so that's the thing. I don't beg anybody for nothing. I surely don't let anyone disrespect me and then act like that they didn't. I mean, with him being my friend, he should have stood up and told his employee to shut his mouth and to apologize to everyone that was standing there, but he didn't. He kind of rolled with them, acting like I thought or acting like I cared about his fishing and hunting. I don't know. But the Deep Blue, that's it. Deep Blue. Yeah, Deep Blue. I was told that they don't make tanks anymore. So if anyone's selling Deep Blue tanks, they're older. They're obsolete now. But they do make other stuff, I think. But I thought they said that they were bought out. So Deep Blue doesn't make tanks anymore. That's what I was told. But that's what that one is there with the black silicone. Deep Blue made some sweet tanks. Yeah. I had a cube, a Deep Blue cube. It came with the saltwater light with the fans on it, filter, the light, and the tank. I think it was like I don't know, $100, and the fan or the light itself was over $100. So I bought both of the ones they have. Yep. Low iron is the ultra clarity glass. Lumpy Dog, got your order filled, buddy. Catching little fish in planted tanks takes a lot of patience, skill, and a few curse words. Them little buggers are fast and smart. Yes, they are. That's how they got to the size that they are, even though they're little. Yeah, killer lights for super cheap. 40-gallon breeder light, including shipping, was $48 from China. From China. Yes, sir. Yep, watch that video. It was a good video. Me and my son were watching it, and you're pulling them lights out one at a time, and he said, "Geez, how many are in there?" Try the bottle trap method. Check out Amateur Aquatics' latest video of the fish swim into the bottle and can't get out. 10-gallon on Facebook Marketplace for $24 and a 20-gallon for $90 in my area. I know, right? Hey, I got 4 20 longs I'll sell for 90 a piece. I mean, people, hey, pet stores are killing it right now. The fish stores are killing it. Killing it. That's why everyone's jumping all the prices up on everything. Fish store's been open through all this mess, and they're killing it. Supply and demand, he will call you. Right. And I'm waiting because my wife says to sit and wait and see where he puts our friendship. Because my wife says he's either going to say, hey, I'm out of shrimp. When can you bring shrimp? Or he's going to be like, hey, where have you been? I haven't talked to you in a while. So we'll see. Deep Blue was bought out. If you can get their tanks and stands, they are great. I have a Deep Blue cube on a podium. Yeah, I had a cube. Yeah. I put the Fluval Nano light on it. The COB around it. Dan's Fish says local breeders are surprised at how low he needs to pay per fish since he pays for ship and needs a profit margin. Yes. Local breeders are surprised at how low he needs to pay. Right. Well, that's if he's ordering from frickin', Asia or wherever he's ordering his stuff from. Well, guess what? I'm a local breeder bringing you my local bred stuff, which is healthier than anything you're ordering. And you're not paying shipping. So you need to give me more than what you pay when it comes in the door. I mean, but if you don't know the game, you're going to get played. Guaranteed. Priscilla says, no, fish stores aren't killing it. Prices jumped because shipping prices went up to get stuff. Paid 50% shipping on my last fish order. No, Priscilla, what I'm saying is they're really busy. Killing it. They're staying busy. Packed. I mean, I go to my buddy's store every 10 seconds with every minute. Let's say every minute he's got a customer coming in. I mean, he's slammed, running back and forth, running. He's so slammed. And you're lucky you only paid 50% because his saltwater guy said that their shipments have jumped 3 times the amount because what it is there's not so many cargoes coming in, the canisters. So what it is if a fish company, let's say in Asia, wants to put a huge pallet order, or let's say 50 pallets in a container, they have to buy that spot. There's not just empty containers to stuff your stuff into anymore because not that many are coming. So yeah, they've jumped 2-3 times, So it's way more expensive. But no, what I'm saying is this, because of the virus, everybody's sitting at home and they have nothing to do. So everyone that has a tank is coming in for more stuff. Everyone who used to have a tank as, a kid, teenager, and adult is coming in to buy one. I mean, fish stores are just crazy packed. Not like a Petco, but all the mom and pops places. I mean, just banging. I was talking to my local fish store. Is stocked, arrived last week. Cost him $5,000 US just in freight costs from Taiwan. I noticed the prices on the stock have jumped by $2 on average. Yeah. Well, who was I just talking to? For me to get anything I'm gonna have to. It's like I think I have to pay 20 cents more per shrimp, or yeah, or wait, yeah, I think it's 20 cents more shrimp per shrimp to pay for shipping. So just because my buddy pays to get it in where he's at, now when I order, I have to pay more. So I don't want to jump my prices up, but I mean, it's nothing that's going to detrimentally ruin us. But um, I might. The only thing I might do is stop paying shipping on some orders. But I just believe that I'm going to keep the prices the same because, like I said, I mean, if this doesn't last really long, there's no sense in me gouging my prices. I don't have I'm not paying rent on a building. I mean, I pay a mortgage, but I don't pay a mortgage and rent for a pet store or a fish store. See what I'm saying? So I don't pay more to someone to house all my tanks. I just pay more to get the shrimp here. So, uh, yeah, I think if I just don't pay, if I'm not paying the over $100 shipping fee, because I was doing that. If you spend, over $100, not 101, but if you spend over $100, I'd pay the shipping. So if I just cut that out, then those few orders that go over $100, should cover me. So I won't jack the prices up. I don't look. I understand. Like I said, I don't pay a rent. I don't pay rent. I don't pay like insurance on my plate. Everything I carry, I'm going to carry. Whether I have shrimp tanks or not. So I don't have an extra expense. So I won't raise my prices. We'll be okay. If we keep selling, you know, then we'll be okay. We won't, you know, get in trouble. We won't be in trouble. Was this? Well, yeah, people got bored at home, so they playing with tanks, but stores not really making more profit. Hey, watch what happens when all this stuff's over with, and everybody can go back doing what they was doing. All the people that never really had, everyone that's buying stuff right now, they're, tanks and stuff, all these huge tanks and everything because they're bored and they're using that money from Trump and stuff to do it. Watch when all the virus stuff stops. You're gonna go online and there's gonna be fish tanks everywhere. People want them out of their house because they don't want to take care of them no more. They're gonna be out at the park, at the beach, here and there. But who knows? This stuff might not go away for a year. I don't know. So Petco in Delaware and Maryland is not stocking fish and hardly and supplies, only pet food. Wow. I just need the dollar a gallon sale. Oh, I don't know if my buddy sold his tanks. He told me 25 cents a gallon. But when I see him the other day, I asked him if he still had his 35 longs, and he said no, he got rid of them. So he should still have the 10 gallons. But at 25 cents a gallon, that's $2.50 a tank, $2.50 a tank, and I need 14 tanks. So that's not bad. Was that probably around 35 bucks or something? But he had them. They're maybe like 6 months old. He changed his tank sizes, and I don't know. I would like to get all the tanks in place where they're going to be and just leave them. And as I go, or as I know I'm going to need them, then put this substrate in and go along, drill a hole for the air and, all that. That's what I'd like to do. Besides the marketplace of stuff, more of my eyeball time is going towards watching Fish Tuber in this time. I know, right? Shoot, if this stuff went away tomorrow, I'd probably have 0 viewers. Everybody'd be out doing stuff, and it'd probably take a week to get 20 views because everybody's out doing stuff. Monica Lynn says, bonus, you'll be able to claim expenses for your part-time home business on your taxes, percent of phone, utilities, etc. Check on your state's allowances. My tax bracket that I'm in will give me more than what I would pay because, like, I donated a car and I didn't even get any of that money because the money that the tax bracket I'm in, because I'm not working, I get more money back because I own a home and I pay my taxes and I pay property tax and all that. And that's way more than work allowances because I used to try to do that. Like, I used to work at a big, huge oil refinery as a carpenter. And I'd be like, hey, I'm traveling, going there every day. I work 7/12s, and they're like, ask me, do I make, or do I, I don't know, thousands of dollars worth in driving? I was like, no. Then they said, well, you'll make more in the deal that, so I've never been able to claim anything, boots, work clothes, nothing, because they say that my tax bracket, what I'm in or something, the tax deduction that I get is way higher than anything that I've had the ability to claim since I bought this house. So I just take that, and I'm like, all right. Just imagine $10,000 worth of livestock costs the store normally $1,500 to get shipped air cargo. Now it costs the store $5,000 to $6,000 to get $10,000 worth of livestock. Right. But yeah, when you don't have any stock, you make no money. But it can't be that bad for. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not, but the stores over here, they haven't cut back no employees or nothing. So either the owner's just so strapped that he's just telling them all to stay, or they're making enough profit to stay above water, and not worry about it. Either way, I'm glad because that's the last thing I want to see it go. I mean, I can't imagine the ghost town it's going to be when all this is over. I mean, even though you go out, but every place is closed now due to the virus, right? Especially places that serve food that don't serve it on the sidewalk, or bring it to your car or something, But what I don't understand is you can go get pizza, but the Coney place right next to it is closed. I don't get that because I'd order Coney's probably a couple times a week. Chili cheese fries and chili dogs with onions and all that. Shoot, bring my order to my car I'll park out here. Bring it out. Those little places, man, they're all going to be gone. I feel so bad. Those are the places that built our nation. I mean, Coney places. I mean, it's like Americana. Muddy Waters, welcome to the channel. But I do understand what you're saying, Priscilla. Yeah, you got to get it in because without stock, you're going to end up closing your doors. Yes. But I'm not saying right now. I'm saying before even the virus stuff started. This is way before. I'm not saying since the virus. 14 more tanks. Yeah. Are they all fit? I don't know. Well, no, the dude has 10 gallons. I don't want to. The only thing I'm going to do is my 20 gallons longs. I'm going to empty those and I'm going to probably get 15s. But I don't know, maybe I'll just do the 10s. But I want to get all of them off and get them up here. Get them up on the shelf. Look, I got the shelving unit for a reason. So I'm going to, and then what we're going to do with those 20 longs is my wife, we got to put these Super Red Severum babies somewhere where they can get bigger. So we're going to dedicate 2 tanks to grow out tanks. So let's say there's 50 in there. We'll put 25, 25, and then keep the 5-gallon going. So every time those Super Red Severums lay eggs and they hatch and the legs in it, they start twitching and I pull it out, it'll go in the 5-gallon, and that's where we'll feed them till they get to a certain size, and then we'll put them in the 20 longs. Plus my Pleco grow out tank is down there. So it'd be the Pleco grow out tank, 2 Super Red Severum grow outs, and then the 4th one I might use that just to put the babies in instead of a 5-gallon. But I like the 5-gallon because it keeps them closer together and they can get their food and stuff, instead of being spread way out, But I could put shrimp in it to help keep it clean, use it as a call tank, But so that's what we're gonna do is put them all over there by the 120. But I'm gonna break them all down and put them in 10s and stuff, or 10 or 15s. So, Anthony, Fishy Friends, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hex Tank Streamer, Chevy Fish, welcome. Yeah, Fishy Fun says, my local fish store in Toronto, Canada is basically the owner and 2 employees. The one down the street from me hasn't changed, and my buddy's hasn't changed. It's him and his employee been like that for over 20 years. He doesn't hire nobody. They don't care. But so now how they run it is one works one day, one works next day, one works one day, one works next day. You go in there and there's one person working, and it's slammed. He's packed. So to get anything, you kind of got to wait in line just to get your stuff. But he does his best. I told him, I said, why don't you hire me? I'll come work for you. He said, okay. I said, I want $15 an hour. He said, I don't even pay my worker that. He's been here 20 years. I said, how much you pay him? He said, $10 an hour. I said, you kidding me? He's been here 20. You guys pay him $10 an hour? I would have quit. I told him, I said, all right, give me 11. I got to make more than him. I know more than him, and he just started laughing. I said, all right, fine, give me $10. So I just figured go in there and change some water and get free money. Look, I don't like cutting grass and hanging drywall. Change the water don't bother me. You're gonna pay me to do it? Okay. I think it's he pays. Oh no, he pays himself $100 a day. I said, well, just give me $100 a day. He's like, that's what I pay myself. I'm like, well, what's wrong with that? He opens at 10 and closes at 9. So he's open 11 freaking hours. So it's actually like, yeah, if you stay the whole thing, it's like $110. I would like to get, I don't know. I was even offered a spot in a store too. If I come there and work, they said they want me to come run their fish area, because he wants to blow it up, and they're like, yeah, I'm sure he's got an area where he'll just give you to, sell the shrimp. I'm like, well, what if I want a day off? Who's going to take care of the shrimp? People coming in and wanting to buy the shrimp. Nah, too much. I like this. You guys call me, I'm here. If I'm out cutting the grass, I'm here. If I'm out washing my car, I'm here. If I go to McDonald's down the street, I'll be back. This place is like 40 minutes away. So if somebody called, I got to drive, 40 minutes to go to the store, And then if I have shrimp delivered to fill up tanks and stuff, they're, It's just I can't have them delivered there. What if no one's there? What if they deliver too early? It gotta be delivered here. Now I gotta drive them all the way over there. That's why this is the best. To have this in my home and be supported by my wife, I mean, this is just the best. You know, I mean, I don't do it just for me. I do it for all of us, and it's nice that she can go grocery shopping and you know, she smiles and stuff. It's like, well, hey, my hard work's paying off. It's just paying off. So yeah, she supports it big time. Hex Tank Streamer. Cheers at Anthony's Fishy Friends. Oh, Tank behind you in your stream, right? Yeah. Now I want a county chili dog. LOL. I think I'm hungry, but I'm not sure if I'm sick or hungry, so I'm just sipping water. I'll be right back. I'm getting tea ready. Yes, it is a hex. Oh boy. Oh, so I have another thing I want to talk to you guys about. That's pretty important. Some things I've been delving into, but haven't really been saying much, because I was gonna make it kind of a secret. And well, it was talked about today by someone else, so it's not really a secret anymore. But Chris Lukop did more streams today because today's Sunday, and he went to Yuri's house and he went to a bunch of big name guys. Well, what what they're starting to bring to the front is TDS, and how everyone preaches, oh well, TDS between 100 and 130, somewhere in there. Well, I've been going over that on some of my tanks because well, I want to see how it'll do. Well, like my Tangerine Tigers is like 170, 180, I think. Well, that's where I keep my Crystal Blacks is, well, it was higher. I did a water change and brought some down, but I keep some of them. I've been keeping a little higher to see what they'd respond to. I think the first time I had my Snow White tank get buried, I wrote on there it was 142. So over time, which is a lot of time, I pay attention to numbers and what the shrimp are getting buried at when it comes to Caridina. I mean, Neos, it's I pump the wastewater in there so they get way more minerals. The GH is high, the KH is higher, so but the TDS is only like between 170 and 180. But like the GH is 10, KH is like 5, so the hardness is in there, and they're really liking it. Really liking it. I mean, so anyways, so I was watching Chris Lukop today, and he is at Yuri's house, and I'm watching, kind of jumping from one to the other because I'm catching these. Like last night, me and Luke was laying in bed. We went to lay down, and we were watching. Blah, 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 blah. I have such a bad memory. Redfish, Bluefish. I didn't see it. His thing on his lights. He made a video on his lights. Well, right when we got done, I mean, we didn't watch them live, but here's the thing: people that come in here, when I can get to you, I'm gonna get to you. meaning I want to see your stuff. Like I say, you guys come here and hang hours with me. Even if I come in thumbs up, hit the play, throw the phone down, I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna get to everyone as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, I don't have a problem hitting it down here on my computer, walking away. Go upstairs, do it, leave. But I don't care. I just let it run. So anyways, so I watch that, see where I go with that. It doesn't even mean nothing. So then all of a sudden it comes up saying Chris Lukop is live, or Shrimp King, and he's actually in Germany getting up, and he's it's morning time. So I watch his stuff. Well, anyways, so I missed the ones going throughout the day till I woke up. Well, I watched the one on Yuri's, and he asked him, what's your pH? Yuri said, I don't know. Because he said, why is your substrate so thin? Because he literally only has, 3/8, maybe a half inch at the max in his tanks. There was a couple tanks that had a little more, and he asked me, he's like, well, what is your pH at? He's like, I don't know. He said, what do you mean? He's like, I don't check pH. He's like, you don't check pH? He's like, nope, never. And he's like, well, what's your TDS? Well, over there, it's not TDS, it's microsiemens. So microsiemens are, it's kind of like Canada with, we have miles per hour, they have kilometers. Well, over there, it's microsiemens. So Yuri said he keeps his between 320 and 380. I'm thinking, holy crap, that's super high. But if you punch it up, there's a microsiemens calculator. 300 microsiemens is 150 TDS. And if you watch all these views on all these European breeders, I watched Rico Nico say that his microsiemens were, or his TDS. I could swear he said TDS because Chris Lukop's jaw about dropped when he said 300 when he asked him where his TDS was. Maybe he meant microsiemens, but so they're breeding their shrimp way higher than what we are. And then I seen somebody comment, well, how come all this information coming from Taiwan says 100 to 130 or 120? And like I've been preaching for the longest time, no one wants us to know. Like I said, we're so far behind Asia and even Germany and all those people. They're so far advanced that, I don't care what anybody says. People that are in any hobby whatsoever really don't want anyone else to succeed. They don't want anyone else to find out their secrets except their own little circle. Because if everyone knew the secrets, no one would ever have dead shrimp. No, everyone would be able to breed all the shrimp that are being bred. No one would make any money, which is totally understandable. But it's at times that you trip on things, and you're like, oh my gosh, my shrimp are pregnant, and you test the water and you're like, oh my gosh, the TDS is freaking 170. Well, if it's bad, then why are the shrimp pregnant? So that's what I've been kind of messing around with here and there. And then when I hear Chris Lukop talking about it, it's even a shock to Chris because, well, it seems like a shock to Chris. He is German. Well, he's actually from, well, we all know where he's from, where Dracula's from. But Romania. I think he's from, he's Romanian and grew up in Germany or something. That's just why you like him even more. But, he knows all this stuff and he seems shocked. It's kind of hard to shock Shrimp King. Really is. I would think so anyways, because it's like the guy sees it all and hears it all. Even though every day you can hear new stuff and see new stuff, it is why it's called a hobby and, why he goes to see these people. So anyways, that shows you that what I've been trying, because I first heard it. I heard it a while ago on Chris, when he went and talked to somebody. I've heard it here and there on his shows. And then, like I said, I mistakenly, uh, you know, do a water change with, a bucket of water that's been remineralized, maybe on a tank that doesn't need it. And so it raises the TDS. And so, like, when I first saw, like, my Tangerine Tigers breeding crazy, I think they were at, when they first started breeding, I think it might have been like 150, 160. And I was like, oh my gosh, these things ain't supposed to be this high, even though they say tigers can go higher. But another one, my Extreme Black King Kong tank. Oh, she's been around 160 a couple times. And that tank spits babies out like it's a machine. Like it's Willy Wonka's chocolate factory and the everlasting gobstoppers coming out. That's how that tank spits out babies. So I don't want, look, everyone keep your tanks between 1 and 130. But slowly but surely, like I said, I've been doing it and it works. I mean, he asked him if he believed. I mean, everybody look it up. Watch his video. It's today. Chris Lukop put a whole bunch of live videos on Facebook. So just go on there and look at it. I mean, the guy, Chris Lukop, does not at all ever say that he's the master at shrimp. He can scape a tank. He can do all this stuff, but he's called Shrimp King because of what he does, and how he can bring us information. And the guy knows about shrimp. But that's what I like, is he don't ever pat his own back, but he'll pat a breeder's back, so, and I guess, I'm really not even a breeder, because he asked one of the guys last week. He said, in your opinion, what's a breeder? He's like, you got to at least have, what does he say, 5 years, and you got to be breeding your own shrimp, your own, like, line. And the guy's not a goof. He breeds a bunch of shrimp. So I'm like, wow, I guess I'm just a shrimp holder. That's all I do, is I hold shrimp. They breed in my tanks, but I am not a breeder, because I have not been doing this for 5 years with shrimp, and I have not produced my own line. So I am just a shrimp holder and hobbyist. I won't argue. You may or may not know what those solids are, except for your change. Oh, did I miss something? Did the secret sauce come and beat? No, just he's waiting on the secret sauce. I have the GH and the live bacteria. My wife ordered the bottles, so you should be here maybe tomorrow. They were supposed to be. She ordered them Wednesday. So then I'm gonna break these down. I'll see what I'll break down. I'm gonna see what I'll break. Maybe I'll just break them all down to 20 milliliters, but it's gonna be like 20 milliliters for $7 for the live bacteria, and that's what you need for 10 gallons. So this all came in. I got a whole huge box. I got a big box of it down here. So, and the bottle, like I said, the bottle should be here tomorrow. So TDS all depends on what solids are dissolved. It's a vague measure, in my opinion. Yeah. Yep. Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's minerals, and if you measure tap water, yeah, you don't know. But if you measure RO water and then resalt it, you mineralize it, then you know. So there's really nothing vague. What's in that bottle of salty B or in my liquid GH? That's what's now in your water. So, um, it makes, at least it makes me sleep better knowing that there's not chemicals in this and that. But yeah, TDS is a dummy pen, but it's like, the only thing, it's good to test your water and stuff, but what I really like it for is like testing tanks, to kind of see like how fast they go through the water, see how fast a water change is needed, stuff like that. Because if you put water in there and then when you're done, you check all your tanks after, and let's say you're right on all of them, the TDS, and then check them in a week, and see if that's a good way to tell you if you're overfeeding. If you don't have anything that's breaking down and rotting and, stuff like that, or, if you're not putting any chemicals in the tank, feeding plants, doing that, and it's just water, just mineralized water, and you test it and, and a week later it's higher, there's a good chance that you're overfeeding. There could be a couple other factors, but, pee, poop, but they are shrimp and they're small unless you have a ton of them, so TDS pens, there's a use for them. I like them, for what I use them for. But yeah, for sure, it doesn't tell you what's in there. That's why, I don't RO my Neos, but I run it through the filters first, so there's no chemicals in it. So I don't measure TDS, but I have researched it, and all the other things I could choose to measure. It seems like a relative measurement to compare change in TDS between 2 points in time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Test it on water change day and then check it a week later. Yeah, you may or may not know. Yeah, right. What the solids are except for your change. Right. And I'll be honest, I don't know what the hell that stuff is on the salty shrimp jar, but that's what I put in it. But that's what I always said is, who lives in Taiwan to stick a TDS meter in there and tell me what it is? And then to stick a cup in there and give me a little vial of water so I can test it and know what's in the water. No one. Do they do it in Taiwan? Oh, I'm sure. Why do you think that they're so skilled in what they do? That's why I try to buy foods from Taiwan. That's why I buy it. I have this stuff for sale. I use this stuff. I buy Mucha food. I use Mucha food. Because where I get the food, they use it on their own shrimp. So they put in the ingredients that they know is good for shrimp. So that's why I buy it, hoping that it actually is made the way they say, and I get the same benefit. So that's why I do it. That's why I buy this stuff from over there, because, but Yeah, it all breaks down to what you decide to believe in, what you decide to trust. But I do notice that my shrimp do bury up more, it seems, at a higher TDS. So that's why I was slowly over time gonna do this. I mean, I've even had a discussion with people about putting a drop of my liquid GH in each tank every day. One drop. So it's a really slow progression. So like in a week, that's only 7 drops. It might go from 130 to 130, 8 or something. And just keep doing that to slowly bring them up and see where they start to change their attitude, like a happy spot, you know, because you can't do that with salty, with the salt. You don't have that ability, the liquid ability. Now, I don't know if you, nah, I don't, nah, I was going to say stir it up and then put it in there, drop at a time, but it won't be the same. I don't think it would because my stuff is a commercial, uh, it's commercial G8, so it's thick. It needs, it needs to be put in a large amount of water. So like I said, like 5 milliliters. If the bucket's not filled to the top, it's like five, just a hair over 5 milliliters. Remineralizes a 5 gallon bucket. So compared to the full scooper that the salt that you have to stir for however long to make sure it's all dissolved. With the liquid, you just give it a quick little stir and go to town. Cichlids 23, welcome, welcome. And Priscilla, of course, again supports what I say and says her crystals are in 165 TDS. Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you for not making me look like a dummy. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but what's the TDS made of? Better question. Yeah, but what's the TDS made of? Better question. TDS is, okay, we all know what it stands for, but it's the electrical conductivity in the water. That's where the micro Siemens comes in. It's the measurement of the minerals. Uh, like I said, it's the conductivity within the water. That's why those two probes come down and it reads between the probes because it has to do with electrical conductivity. And that's why, they say to try to make sure that if you get a TDS meter, that you can put it in a solution, test it, so it's as dead on as possible. Because I mean, like every 3-4 months, I'll stick it in there to check it and make sure, because I mean, what if the batteries are going low or something? It doesn't have a dummy light on it saying the batteries are going low. I could stick it in a tank one day that says 225. I'll freak out, and the next day the batteries will be dead. And I did a massive water change on it, put pure RO in it, when actually now the TDS is 6. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what it is. It's the conductivity that's in the water, made by the minerals, which the TDS meter reads. If I am saying that properly, I mean, I know exactly, but like that's why they call it micro Siemens too, because it's the reading of it. We just call it total dissolved solids. So, as a sailor, I think of how we measure stuff on the water while racing. We can capture apparent wind on a boat, but it takes math to get true wind. Oh, of course. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. because your frame of reference is in motion. Yeah, micro Siemens is double of TDS, so more accurate reading. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's all, it's yeah, like you say, it's more accurate. You know, Americans want everything easier and faster, so, it's why we use inches and, all that stuff. And the funny thing ask somebody to read a tape measure, below an inch or a half inch. Ask them what all those itty bitty marks on there mean, and they might not know it. When you go to another country, go to Germany. I mean, like the Germans come to the auto show, and I'll work with them sometimes, but I do Cadillac every year, and they come in with a metric ruler. Everything they do is in metric, and like carpenters will go over there and they're like, "What am I gonna do with this?" And they give you the foldable ruler. I got one out in the garage they gave me, not to work with them. They just gave me one because I wanted one, because I'm from Europe, so but it's precision, precision, precision. So yeah. Did you know I knew about that, Priscilla? Probably didn't know. Because your frame of reference. Oh, yeah, I already said it. Cultivator. Sounds good to me, Lisa Perez. I like big boxes and I cannot lie. I like big boxes and I cannot lie. Your box is right over here and I cannot lie. It'll be sent out tomorrow. I bet tannins count as solids too. Spit, everything. All that stuff counts. I'm sure the active substrate counts because it says it's good for plants. It's clay, and it says it's good for plants. So it's got to have stuff in there that probably feeds plants. So right there, that'll run it up. So I'm sure that the substrate has minerals in it. So that's why you put it in there, and there's a good chance you check it in a day or two, and it's gone up. So a lot of things to take in account. So more or less, the best thing to do is just do a weekly water change or a week and a half. And let's say you choose your number to be 140, put 140 in every single time. That's it. That way it's exact every week. It's the same thing. Shrimp get the same thing every week. Because look, we can't put them in a stream. I mean, I can build a stream to come through my home and then pump back out. But that'd be really hard to catch them. I don't know, that'd be tough. So since I don't have a stream to give them fresh water all day long, it's probably best to do it every week. Every week, if you're a heavy feeder, I still don't get it. People say, well, I feed twice a day. Well, if you got a lot of shrimp. Well, yeah, you see their tanks. See all these people that Chris Lukow goes to? No tank has algae in it. Not one. So they clean all the algae off, everything. I mean, there's a lot of money in these tanks and these breeding tanks and stuff, and it seems like the only food that the shrimp get are what grows on the little itty bitty physidin that's in there, and some on the substrate. Other than that, it's like they don't allow them to have any algae on the glass. So you clean all the food away, and they just sit there on the substrate. There's nothing on the glass. I mean, oh my gosh, it's so tedious. Scrubbing, scrape, 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 scrape. You get to the last tank, you gotta go back to the first one because it's growing algae again. All the positive stuff they get rid of. Woohoo! Won my crazy blue steels. You won crazy blue steels. How can that happen? You're just talking about it yesterday, and all of a sudden you won crazy blue steels. You're like a rabbit's foot. if you have your fish room baseline, then you can measure the data from that. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. So I'm saying, yeah, you start, pick a number, stick with it, see where it goes, go up. If it gets better, good. If not, come back down, go below. If it gets better, good. Just tweak it in. If you have your, yay, Dan. Just Shrimp Granny, welcome, welcome. The TDS after you mineralize RO does make a lot of sense, though. My TDS comments are in regards to tap water tanks. Sorry for confusion. Oh, I'm not confused. I just kind of knew where you were going. Because, yeah, you don't know what's in tap water. But, you know what you're putting in. You know that what's going in your RO water is what's written on that jug. I still don't know what that stuff is, but I could say, yeah, I know, it's right here. That's what I'm putting in there. I don't know what it is. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a chemist. They say it's good. I use it. Right? Think about it. It could be shy something that they know if they put in, it would really make our water 100 times better. I mean, think about it. If they put in just enough to sustain the shrimp, but they leave out, something that would really make them go crazy, like in the wild, really make them, how are we ever going to know? It's just a thought. But like I said, as in tap water, I don't know what's in tap water, and I don't know what's in Salty B or my liquid GH. They just say, hey, put this in it. Okay. So TDS pen's telling me that there's minerals in there, and I say, yeah, see, I got all the minerals in this jar. Just a thought. Thank you. Excited for those guys. Whatever. By the way, what is your pH? Curious, because your shrimp seem to like my 7.2-ish water. That's what it is. Same. 7.2, 7.4. It's low. My tap water is 97 to 102. My tap water is low, but the GH is still 5 to 6, and the KH is I think 2 to 3, but the pH is low. It's just above. Can't remember the word. But yeah, it's 7.2, 7.4, right in there. Right. Same here. Dan says the only reason he doesn't keep his tigers higher is convenience. Easier to keep everything at Taiwan B parameters if they're breeding fine. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I make I'm out of all my all my water's empty. I got 7 buckets over there, all stacked up. All my water changes are done. But yes, agreed. If you keep everything at the same number, you're good to go. But that's what I'm saying. I might just start raising all my numbers because I have really good response to higher numbers and just start to take everybody up. Because no shrimp, even the blue dragon bloods, they like higher. So I don't have anything that's like sensitive. So that's what I think I'm going to do is start every water change I do now. Or what I'll do is I'll just go around every day and put a drip in there. And after a week, test it. 1 drop. And watch my shrimp every day. Put a drop in there, come down the next morning, or put it in the morning, come down in the afternoon, check them out. Then the next day do it again and see if there's a benefit. Because, like I said, the tanks that for some reason like if I overfed them or something, like doing the videos, that's why you see I'm not feeding no tanks again. I fed them liquid. It's I understand that I do a stream. I totally do. And I understand that everyone wants to see shrimp. I totally do. But just please understand, as people viewing my channel, that my shrimp need a break. I can view the tank, and you can watch them walk around, and I mean, some better than others, but it's you got to have a downtime day. Sunday's a good day to just say, okay, it's it. I just wanted, even though I fed them, a shake today, you know, I didn't even want to do that, but I like, it's kind of like they drink an Ensure instead of eating hot dogs and French fries. I'm just giving them, something that gives them all the proteins and everything they need. Then, back to steak fries tomorrow. ORP probes. See here, you keep doing this on purpose, don't you? Streetwise, I know it's going to be something really easy, but I don't know what ORP stands for. My vase with Titabes in it, though, runs around 220. Ah, see? Told ya. Woo! Everyone's making me look good today. Tire measurements are the funny hybrid, or should I say tire? Streetwise, yep, from memory, English metric and percentage. Who thought that up? Yep. I bet the English did. Yep. Won the auction. Oh, you went out. What'd you do? Get them on band? And once this colony is settled and breeding, good will send you some for your colony. Hope you're talking to me. Brian, are you on live chat or top chat? Live chat. I just stream slowly. I mean, I don't know. I go down slow. I'll get to everything. But the thing is that's what I'm saying. I try to give everyone a chance, an answer. Oh, is it lagging? Here, I'll hit refresh. Yeah, it's probably what it is. I'm lagging, and here we go. All right. Good to know I can get shrimp without shock. You are probably on old reef beds like Vermont. I don't know, bro. All I know is when we moved to this city, I grew up in a city that's, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes from here. But when we came here and we decided to get a pool, I just have an above ground pool. I don't have money or nothing. But you take the water in to get it checked, and they tell you, okay, add more of this or shock or whatever. I took it in, they're like, oh, your water's perfect. We're like, what? And they're like, well, as of right now, it's perfect. We're like, how is that? And they're like, you live here in Livonia? And I'm like, yeah. And they said, well, that's why. Livonia's got like perfect water, one of the best waters. So out of the tap, they say it's like really good. But yeah, it's 98 to 102. Depends on the day. That's why I was hoping it. I mean, I was wishing it didn't have KH because, I mean, life would be 100 times better if I could just pump tap water into everything. That'd be nice. I store my water in 50-gallon Rubbermaid Brute trash cans. I store mine in trash cans. They're just not 50 gallons because I have them sitting real nice next to the washer. And they look like the ones at the baseball field at Tiger Stadium and stuff, the blue ones. And they're only about this wide. The two of them fit. So one catches my waste, one catches my RO. I like doing it that way. How long should it take a brand new tank of active substrate to drop the pH to safe levels for the Taiwan bees? That's not what you should be worried about. You need to be worried about how long it takes for the tank to cycle. I mean, because if you're not putting stuff in there to help cycle the tank, and all that stuff, like I've said before, going through all the extra and this and that, I mean, then you might not be lucky. Well, thank you, Dan. That would be incredible. Just checking read chat. Yeah, I don't know. I like going through everyone's. I mean, if I see somebody's talking to somebody, I skip it. Sometimes I even read it till I catch on. But I like to get everybody's. So I feel bad when I'm in somebody's chat and they don't answer my question. And I'm like, God. Now I'll put it up again. They skip it again. I'm like, that's it. I'm out of here. Boop. And I leave. My feelings get hurt. Yeah, Mike, because it's like Monica. Monica didn't have a tank cycle to put the shrimp in that she purchased off of me. She had nothing. I did not know this. So the only thing she has is a tank with active substrate in it. So I had my liquid or the live bacteria sent to her. My buddy sent her a bag like this with bacteria in it. So she cut it open. She dumped it in there. She did the water. I was telling her on the phone how to, do it, get it all set. And then she put the shrimp in there and she let the light run for 4 or 5 days and ask her if she's in here. She'll tell you. And that was from Git. That was a tank with nothing in it. And none of them died. They were blue steels. So, yeah, live bacteria is a big deal. At least the stuff I have. I don't know about others. But I know the stuff I have, it's proven. And like I said, Monica will tell you, I only cycle for 4 days and, but see, the thing is the way I look at it is if I could put the shrimp in it and they're fine and they live in it and they're eating and everything, I'm good with that. I'm not worried about because I'm not worried about them breeding just as yet because I got to get them up here. I mean, it takes a while anyways for them to get comfortable and stuff like that. But yeah, it's the whole thing. If you got the live bacteria, but see, the bad thing about Akadama is Akadama produces ammonia. Now, Monica Polar, I think her name's Monica, Mo Polar, she said that you put the shrimp in right away, and any of the ammonia that builds up, shrimp can handle it. And I watched her video. She made a video and she said that. So I was actually wondering if it would be clever to cycle the foam you send with your shrimp. Yeah, but I only sent that phone because I had it. Uh, I don't know, because then I have to cut it, put it in a tank, leave it in there, pull it out. It's wet. I don't know. I just throw it in there. That's just for them to hold on to. Woo! That's just so they're not banging around and uh, you know, that's all. Um, because that's the same reason people put moss in there. But the moss, there's a chance it can draw the oxygen out of the bag, and um, shrimp they do not need a ton of water. So I try to, if you're only ordering one type of shrimp, then I put more water in the bag. But if you order more, and I need to get 3 or 4 packages in the bag, then I don't. I only put the amount of water that I'm going to need. But let's say you order 20, or you order like 4 or 5 shrimp at 10 each. I'll put it in a bigger box and add a little more water to the bags. But shrimp just don't need that much, and if they're in clean water, oxygenated water, um, and you're not feeding them twice a day and every day, and uh, I don't have to worry about them. You get the bags, they're probably, I mean, full of poop and stuff like that. If I fed twice a day, it would be way worse, and I'd probably have some loss. But yeah, it's just like I said, I only put that in there for them to hang on to. Probably sending my shrimp with empty White Castle boxes. Well, I sure in hell ain't gonna send them full, especially White Castle shit. The bacteria worked. To order from Brian, message him on Facebook. Dabba dabba doo. Yep. Thank you, Monica. Yes, the bacteria worked. And those were expensive. I mean, you know, it's not like they were just cherries, but still, who wants any shrimp to die? But, I was already, I should say, we were already mentally set that we were going to do everything we could to, even if they die, we were going to send them out, resend them. Because for one, they went to Hawaii first, and she paid for overnight. So I thought that, hey, didn't he send you a big bottle of GH? Did he send you a big bottle of liquid, clear liquid? Mike Green, I had gotten some of Vin's bacteria. Well, there you go. There you go. And Sally, from looks of it, the orange eye blue tiger that was buried was knocked up by another orange eye. And sadly, from what it looks, sadly from what looks of it, the orange eyed blue tiger that was buried was knocked up by another orange eye. What were you trying to get it knocked up by, Dan? Seen 2 shrimplets with orange eyes so far. Oh, okay. You didn't have the bottles yet, but I'm gonna get one of yours as well and maybe compare. Your sounds a little stronger, but I don't know. Yes, I have had a big bottle of GH booster. Yeah, that was him saying sorry, because that's $40 for that. So you got down. He looked out. That's why when he told me he sent you a whole bottle, I was like, what? But hey, It was his mess up, so he made it good. Was hoping one of the blues. Oh yeah. But are your blue steels orange eye? So if anyone else goes messing with their TDS to um you know, as a little science project to see if their shrimp respond to it any differently, let me know your progress. Because that's what we're here for, to share all this stuff. No, which is how I can tell what the dad was so easy. If it was a blue steel, would have been regular eyes. Oh. Well, that sucks. You should put them in one of those nets, the box nets, the breeder nets, or even you know what I got, Dan, that I've never ever used. Hold on one second. See one of these, Dan? You probably have one. It's a Mucha product. It's that breeder box. But then the cool thing about it is it has these squares underneath it that kind of lets you know like how big a shrimp is. But or it's kind of where they drilled the holes too, within the design. But these are really nice. You could put a pair of shrimp in here, put a little moss in there, hanging on them real expensive tanks you guys got, you and Priscilla, and go to town on that bad boy. This one showed up with a little crack in it, but it hasn't, hasn't done. But I've never used. I used it once. I stuck it in a tank, and I've never even used it. But this is for like pulling orders. These are expensive. I think it was like $25 or whatever, but it's like to pull an order and to leave it in the tank to the next day, or for breeding, or if I want to separate for something. So this is nice. I'll show you something else. I got a few things really that I've never really used. I have a smaller one. Where does smaller one go? I have an egg tumbler. I have an egg tumbler. It looks really good. Suction cup to the side of the tank up there that's been there for, I don't know, a year. I don't even use it. I used it one time, but it's out of glass. It's very cool. It's got a screen there, and then, of course, a screen there. But just you suction cup it on the inside. You put the shrimp eggs in it, and you tumble it, put the air line right there. And it's a glass egg tumbler for your shrimp eggs if a female passes away. It's really good to have for like if you're breeding some expensive shrimp and for some reason a female dies. Take them eggs off, put it in here real quick, scoop, put it in there, and put your little airline right there, boy. There you go. There's your tumbler. I don't know what I did with the other. I had another breeder box. Oh, I think I. Is it up here? Oh, there it is. Yep. And so here's the smaller one. I bought this a while ago. I didn't realize how cheap it was till I got it, but I mean, it works really good. But here's a smaller one. Oops. And it's got the suction cup on the back. And when you put the suction cup on, if you put it loose, the suction cup is loose, you know? You put it on, and as you tighten the nut inside, it pulls it like against the suction cup and it makes it stick better. It had a lid to it, but the lid was booty. It didn't fit right, didn't go up and down as garbage, so I threw it away. So this is good too. If you need to separate, put it up in there. Like, I don't know if, you want to separate a buried female or something. I don't know. I don't know. But I got that too. You buy stuff and it's like, don't know why, but yeah. Because actually, when I saw it, I thought it was way bigger. And then it showed up and I was like, what the hell is this? What am I going to do? Put one shrimp in it? But, just like the dishes that I got. Hey, did anybody get a shrimp feeding dish? Priscilla might have. Somebody, I know I sent them out to people. Oh, yeah. Somebody said that they don't use them. Yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. People are too cool to use my shrimp dishes. We got 2 female orange eye in there, 1 male orange eye. So we'll see. It'll be very noticeable if I do get any crosses either way, since offspring won't have orange eye or blue steel. Sand Creek Aquatics, welcome, welcome. I like that container. The bigger one? Yeah, the bigger one's nice. I was upset when it came with the crack. I really was. But I just put super glue on it and just kind of I couldn't even move it. It's pretty good plastic. But I just put glue on it, kind of let it melt itself in there. And it's good. But yeah, it was like $25. Yeah, they weren't cheap because they're made by Mucha, or Mucha carries them. So it was just my buddy had some. They're even engraved with their name. But I got that, and their food, and then their beneficial bacteria powder because they have a powder too. That works really good. You sprinkle it on top, and it goes down kind of like the Bacter AE. And they even say, try not to use them at the same time, because that's a lot of bacteria. Now that you got a new rack, new tanks, time to do the Red Devils on Extreme Bite. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about earlier about getting, doing some crosses. Because I mean, to be honest, I don't, like I said, all I want to do is get to 50. So I got 30, and then this holds, well, if I do all tens, it'll hold 7. So 30, 51. So yeah, it'll hold 51 tanks. So maybe I could take like 3 or 4, and but it'd be my 50. I'll have 51 tanks because I'm gonna take the 20 longs and break them down to 15s or 10s or whatever, and then we're gonna use the 20 longs for growing out the super red Severums. So my wife really, she really wants to do that. So that's gonna it'll be probably all my work, but it's gonna be like her project. So she likes to do that stuff. She likes fish, so she likes shrimp too. But she sees the babies, she wants to really participate in it. So whatever she wants, I'll just get all the 10 gallons and we'll be good. That is cool. Show all the doodads, bits, and thingamajigs. Yeah, I used the egg tumbler. A female a long time ago died, and so I removed the eggs, put them in the tumbler. Figured I probably wouldn't do that good because I didn't know how to. You got to set those little rubber screens in there, and all that stuff. And then I mean, it's really cool. It works. So I had like I don't know 4 or 5 live, which if you're trying to breed, let's say too expensive shrimp, and a female dies, I mean that could be detrimental because of the time that it takes, to do all this. If you have any chance whatsoever to get, your F1s or whatever, it's worth having that. I don't remember what I paid for it. I don't know, $8, $10. It's glass, so you got to be careful with it. But it's a good product. I mean, I like it. But that's the thing. I let everybody hold all the little products. Only thing I want. Oh, I got to let you guys know the box of leaves that I ordered from Germany that I told you it's 300 grams. They just like take a cardboard box and like go out, I don't know, and just fill it. And then they close it, tape it, and then they stamp it and send it to you. They have their stuff back. So I ordered that, Silawesi salt. So I got leaves coming, and then I just noticed when I went to make the milkshake earlier that I could probably get some more Bacter AE. But if oh, and that's another thing I gotta check. I ordered breather bags a while ago, and it charged me. And for some reason, for quite a while, eBay kept saying, "Hey, you have to finish this. You have to finish this," and it was wanting me to like I don't know, like order again. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to go in because I thought it said that it took the money, but I don't want to be getting charged for something and I don't get it. But so yeah, I got the leaves coming. So yeah, that's a good tumbler. Yeah, I like the glass. I always told myself, what am I ever going to use it for when I started out? But now, I mean, the shrimp means so much to me. I mean, if a dragon blood blue died, and it was a buried female, I'd do the same thing. Do what I got to do, cut them out really nice and smooth, and plop them in there. And pray for the best. It's good to have that, because if you don't have it, you're like, ugh. It's like, oh my gosh, do I remember that DIY? Oh my God, what's the DIY I've seen? And if you can't remember and you don't have something to make it, that's why you should, if you know of a DIY, make the DIY and always have it. Keep it in a drawer, something. Because if that day ever comes, you know, just think if it's a really dark blue steel or something, you don't want to lose those babies. At least not all of them. If you could save, you know, 2 or 3 to carry on that gene, then that tumbler you had was worth it. And always also have a small air pump, a spare, just stuck away, uh, you know, with your tumbler, a baby air pump, maybe a little fizzer, have you a care pack. I mean, it sounds funny, but have you a little care pack in case something was to happen, to where you needed to do something, because if not, then you're just throw it in the trash, flush it down the toilet. There goes months of hard work. You know what I'm saying? So, Matt, I don't know. It's just so pretty having these tanks right here with all the moss in them and the lights, the way they're sitting. I still haven't adjusted these over here, but I'm going to adjust them to make them look like this, because to me, night and day. This is so pleasant to look at. To see all the shrimp walking around, and the light's different. The way it sits on it, the way it lights up the tank is different, because I think I explained this before. Lights are made to shine out like this. Okay? So when you turn a tank, the light's not going along with it anymore to shed that light. And another thing, some lights are made to go down and then come out. That's why when you go buy a light, some lights specify what size tank they're for, or they're good for. Because you might buy one light that, put it on a 90 gallon and it's a 4-foot light. It doesn't do very good. But then you get another light that it's the way the light is made, it's brighter and it angles out more. Well, that's what I was trying to do with those there. Is I wanted that light to be able to go front and back of the tank. And it is. I mean, it looks great. I'm not complaining. But I like this way better. I like the light right there at the tank. But see, I'll drop them down, and my wife wants me to do it with chain, so it looks like commercial. You know how we're doing all the electrical, and we're making it look like warehousey, commercially look. With the painted brick or the block and everything. So I'm going to hang it by chain, but I'm going to hang it to where it's just above, because I don't want to be having to move the lights if I got to work on it or if I got to move stuff. So if I have the lights like an inch off the tank, then I'm good to go. I don't have to worry about sliding it back or lifting it up to put a lid on it or something. And, it's, but yeah, I like this way better. This is very comforting on my eyes. The ambiance of it, it's like having a light on it's like having a light on your fish tank. You have a light right on the top of your tank, just like I do back there on those. Well, now lift that thing up 10 inches. Then the light goes everywhere. That's why you go to like pet stores, or you see, people that have real expensive wall units and stuff, and their lights are not on the top of the tank. It's because they want that spectrum to come down. But that's why they have the wood that, that comes down. It blocks all of that light. Goes in between it. I mean, it looks good too. That's one of the reasons. But, like in pet stores, they have that so it blocks the light. Then they have to lift it up, hook it, then go in there. They barely have any room to do anything, but it's to keep all that light out of their eyes, but I like this much better. And I think it's better for the shrimp too, because when the light is in the back, it's only shining in the back. I mean, the front of the tank has some light, but it allows the shrimp to get out of that light to a shadowier spot, because there, uh, it's light front to back all the way around. Everywhere is light. There's no room. There's no place that they can go to relax. I mean, they can go underneath the moss and it's dark, but they literally have to stay under there if they don't want to come in the light. Which over here, all they can play around and do everything they want because the main light is in the back. The strength is in the back. The front is just like shadow, a light array of it. Silvy Fish, Sand Creek. Nice, and yeah, I hear they work well. Never have caught. Okay. I'm probably way behind. Coop, Cichlids. What's up, Coop? Just saw you there, buddy, because I'm rambling. No, that's that big breeder. What, the big one are you talking about, Fishy Fun? That big box I ordered, and it came cracked. But I mean, it's not like it's damaged. I mean, it has a slight crack on the side, but I just made sure because I was told somebody told me drill a hole at the end of the crack to stop it from continuing. I didn't want to go that far. I mean, I could have, but I just figured what I'm using it for. It's I really, really, what I use it for is collect dust. But yeah, they're really nice. Like I said, they're expensive. But Mucha, it's a Mucha product. Mucha. Very, very nice people. I use their products a lot. Well, I'm out now. I have to see about getting some more. But I was buying a ton of it before because there was like a sale. I don't want to get into all of it, why there was a sale, but I bought tons of it. And the powder and everything. And then when the powder run out, I put the hard food in it, so I could keep because they click shut. It's really good product. I mean, here I'll show you the containers. Really good product. If anybody contacts Mucha, tell them that Brian at Detroit Shrimp and Aquatics sent you there because he buys her product. But this is what the ecological bacteria comes in. It says, let me see. I got my glasses right here. What? It says, yeah, ecological bacterial powder. Ingredients. Mucha ecological bacteria powder helps I don't know, it's so small. Nutrification and purity, aquarium water, creating stability and ecosystem. Oh, that was benefits. Ingredients: OYK bacteria, algae powder, microorganism powder, shrimp growing elements. We all know what that is. Maybe not. Then directions, then caution, expiration 3 years after date of manufacture. Mucha Crystal Shrimp Ltd. This is 35 grams that this jar says. Well, the reason I like these jars is it snaps off like a pill jug, so it keeps it really tight. And I also have the Mucha hard food in here. So when these suckers were empty, I was like, I'm not going to throw these things are sweet. So you just snap that sucker back on it. It keeps your food dry. As it says, hard food. So that lets me know it's Mucha hard food. And then this one says bug bites. So I know it's bug bites. Snap it off and bam, right there's bug bite granules. So lock it on, good to go. So those are I mean, the packaging's nice because it's hard containers, snaps shut, keeps it airtight. At least as airtight as I could think it would be from the click. Not, the click sells me. I hear this is what I hear. Hold on. Do you hear that? That sold me. Does that sell you? Here, one more time. Let's try that one more time. Would that sell you? Sold me. So that's what I'm saying. I saw I really raised the Tangerine Tigers on the back the powder. I haven't gotten more. That's what I'm saying. There's a story behind this, where I was getting it from. It was someone that carried their food. Okay, and then I guess they were stopping carrying their food or something. Anyways, I got it from there. I haven't gotten any more because I haven't contacted Mucha themselves. But the person I was getting it off of that wasn't going to carry it no more, I guess, has decided to. I don't know. They all had a big powwow, and everyone's friends again, and they are still selling it. So I mean, if I can still get it at the price that I was getting it at, I definitely will buy it because the powder comes in this. So that's what I'm saying. That's a cool jug. It's kind of like a Dennerley, Dennerley and Bacter AE. It comes in a nice jug, and then their hard food comes in a bag, aluminum bag, foil bag, and that's what I was saying. When one of those go empty, I just dump the food in and start using that. It keeps it fresh. But Mucha's, anybody that contacts them, let them know that I speak about them. And hey, they can sponsor me all day. I'm just saying. I'm not proud. I'll take a sponsor. Where'd you get the breeder boxes? From Mucha. Well, actually, the big one, are you guys talking about the big one? The big breeder box I got from my guy who was selling the Mucha products. But he don't have the boxes no more. So if you want a box, just contact Mucha. Just look it up. Probably Facebook. I think you can Facebook Mucha. I think it's a female. They're very nice. Let me see. Mucha. Oops, no, that's Maicha. Mucha. No, that probably ain't gonna do it. I know who. I'm on the wrong. Oh, hold on. Good evening. Yeah.
I put the link in the chat for the Mucha link. I put that.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you were looking for it. Oh, sweet. Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. Thank you, bye. Look at that. It's got the hotline number. All right. Well, she found it, so. Chubbs, what's up? Chubbs Aquatics. I gotta put some glasses back on. It's way better. My eyes are straining. Look at that. Clark Kent. Gotcha. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. what do we got here? Don says ISTA IF-648 hang on separation breeder box cleared. Check these out. They hang outside but can be used for several things. Breeding, put biomedia in for new tanks, adding stuff for nitrate lowering. Well, the only thing that what these boxes are good for, Don, is they stay in the tank. So these boxes, the flow goes through there, and you just have the water line down a little bit so it can't get out, and all that water just circulates. So you don't have to worry about changing it. You can feed them in it, or they can eat like little stuff that goes through the holes, little particulates, but they just stay in here. And then, another thing they use this for is on, which Dan Slee would know, the auctions. Like I said, the squares on the bottom give them an idea of the size of the shrimp. Because I think the squares are, I don't know, they're probably like 3/8 or something. So it's like square to squares so much. But yeah, these are like the big deal for photography. Like if I want to photo some, put blue steels in here, some of my blue ones, hang it, leave it in the tank, and I could take pictures of it, hanging in the tank, and I don't have to worry about them suffering outside of the tank. I can leave them in there all day, wait for them to calm down because they're in this box with all the holes, and then once they do, come over and start taking pictures, so it allows you to do that, but it's made for a rimless tank. That's why it's so slim, but it'll sit on a plastic one, but it doesn't sit like it's supposed to. But it's made for rimless. Then you have the screws back here. You turn them and it locks it onto the glass. I mean, it's a simple design, but it works really well because we all know catch cups and stuff are expensive. I mean, you're talking like $16 for the big one. So this can be used as a catch cup too, but it just stays in the tank. So that's what I'm saying. If for some reason, like, I don't know, I needed to catch shrimp, I didn't have nothing to hold them in for another order. Like I have those orders all pulled. They're sitting there. They sit there till the morning. But they're not in the bags or nothing. They're just sitting there. So, like, if I needed one more order and I had no way to pull it because everything was full, I could just stick this in there, scoop them, drop them, stick the net in there, get them out, and keep like 10 shrimp in here until morning. Then just pull this out, and dump it right in the container, and then I could take them over and put them in a bag. Not that much water is going to run out of that, or just dump them into a catch cup really fast. So, but yeah, it's then they have it like literally engraved. Well, you're gonna see it backwards, but it's nicely engraved into plastic. It's heated together. If you notice, the edges have an extra triangle. See if it'll zoom in on that. Hold on. Sorry about this. But if you could see, there's an extra triangle of plastic. So they have the edges together, and then that extra piece of plastic goes down. So in my opinion, it's it has all the makings for a good product. Like I said, I don't like the crack, and who knows, it might have been cracked and they sent it to me like this anyways. Mucha didn't send this to me, somebody else did. So it was probably cracked already. It came all wrapped up. And when I said something about it, they said, "What?" And so I was just like, whatever. But they did say to drill a hole at the tip of the crack right here. Right at the crack, drill it and it'll stop it. It won't continue. So I just never did it because I need a long drill bit. I'll probably do that. But I don't use it, so it just sits around. I bought it because I thought it was the cat's meow, and I thought it'd be really cool if I owned one. I mean, that's why all of us buy stuff. and it just sits around. It's probably the worst $25 I ever bought, but when I see it, I'm like, wow, that's cool. I own one. So I guess it's, but there's a lot of stuff as a man that we buy that is a waste of money. A real multi-purpose item. I think I had found a better price on your fish stuff. I have a few of those breeder boxes hang on air power. I have so many things I buy for the tanks that I never use. Yep, same here, Chubbs. Well, I mean, I use everything that I buy, but like all these super expensive sponge filters. I mean, I have sponge filters and so many tanks. I mean, I got one sitting right there. I mean, that's my oldest 10-gallon sponge filter that I've had. I just can't bring myself to get rid of it. It used to be blue. Now it's like an aqua blue and green mix. But I have sponge filters all over. And it's like, oh, that's another thing I went to go buy was I want to start. Monica brought up to me. Let me know, you guys, if it's something you guys be up on. The dual sponges that I run, these big up to 55 gallon sponges, I buy them in bulk, but still I don't get a discount, but I just buy a lot of them at once. Would you guys be interested? Because I just went to go check them out and they went up, like almost $6 per package. So per 4, because they're sold in a package of 4. So it went up like $6, and then I have to pay shipping. So, because they get them shipped in. But I messaged them. I said, "Hey, did your prices go up?" Yeah, I didn't get an answer. You know how things are. No one ever answers you until you hit that pay button. But they're not like us. But I don't. Monica was saying something about have like and I got a line on 3D 3D nets. So what I'm trying to do is get it's all the Taiwan stuff, but I don't have the connects to get it at a good price. But I have a guy that has the connects to get it at a good price, and then I'll have to put my bazillion dollars on it so I can make a profit. But if I got the dual sponge filters, I don't know. I'd have to sit down and really market it, because they'd have to be like $7 a piece, because that's what they sell them for when you go to the fish auctions and all that stuff. At least there's a guy over here in Michigan that goes to them. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to give him any business. I'm not saying I dislike the guy. It's just I just don't know him that good. But when I'll go there sometimes, before I found my connection, I would go there to buy his filters, these big dual sponge filters. He's the first one I ever bought him off of, and that's what he sold for, was $7. But then I found him, going online. I found him a couple dollars cheaper, so I started buying bulk. I wasn't getting a discount. And it's one of these stickers that are on my rack over here. I'm not going to turn the camera, but it's one of them where I get them. And then the nets, I don't know. See, the nets maybe about $7 too. They're a 3D net, and $7. Let's say $15 for a dual sponge filter for, and a 3D net. I mean, that's not bad. I pay $12 a piece for my nets. The Dennerly nets are $14. I have another one. I sent Monica this exact net. I hope she likes it better than I do. But these are brand new. They just sit around here. But the nets I'm talking about, I was told they're pretty good. You know, they're not a big brand name, but that doesn't mean that they're good. My $12 net, I don't even know how to speak that language, and it's got to be the best net I ever tried. So, so there's a net for $14. There's a net for $12, and if I sell the sponge filter and the net for $15 plus shipping, that should be a good deal, right? I would think. I just didn't know if anybody was up for that. I'm looking online. I think it's a version made by Pope T-Pop. See if you can find it too. Well, now that you plan on crossing, some of that stuff will be more useful. Yes, yeah, I'll start using it now, yeah. Well, hopefully. I have to get stuff that's worth crossing, though. I don't want to, I need to pay for a Dan Slee package now. Now I got to buy your stuff and get it sent here, because if you even try to tell me that you don't have good stuff, that's like, I don't know. That'd probably be the biggest lie you ever said in your life. Yes, I'm interested in the dual sponge filter. All right, well, I'm just saying, I went to order 8 of them the other day. Like I said, I was like, what? How much? And he busted the price way up on me. You know, not just me, but I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And I was like, well, shipping does cost more, but is he charging the shipping just because he can say that he had them shipped in? I don't know. And then that's the other thing is I buy a lot of filters from him. I don't know if I could if I could contact him. That's what I was trying to do. Contact him before I buy to be like, dude, I bought a ton of filters off of you. Dude, can I get some kind of discount, or do I got to pay high like everybody else? Because if people want them, I'll start. I'll get tons of them, and I'll start sending them out. Because for a while, it was hard for me to find them. To find somebody that sold them at a good price. Because you got to hit this link and then scroll down to where it says like people also bought this, and they click that link and they scroll down and then all of a sudden, beep, I found this one. I was like, what the heck? And then I got off of the site, and it took me another 10 minutes to find it again. So now that I buy from them, it's just on my thing. So I can go there at any time, and it says purchase again, and I hit it, and the price changed. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What's going on? Am I getting extra with this? And yeah, no. So I messaged him. I said, do your prices change? And of course, no answer, because I have not hit the purchase button yet. But I'm going to need 21 more filters. Well, 20, 19. This one's already got it. So all of these brand new sponge filters I bought, what I do is they keep getting bumped. Oh, and then all these they're just round regular sponge filters. So what I would do is as I buy to put the duals, they just keep getting bumped, or I'll be like, oh, I'm on a dual, so I'll run to the pet store. And they're expensive. I'm like, what a ripoff. But man, they work. I'll tell you right now, they work. I don't know. Old school stuff is gangster. I don't care what anybody says, it's gangster. The one thing I do with those sponge filters is the pipe that comes up, I buy that tube at the store, and then you just put a little 90 on it, and it's just like the dual sponge filter, so you can really crank it up, and all them bubbles aren't coming up and busting. It comes up and then goes out the front. So it's a good little thing. Now, like the dude that sold me the dual pumps, I seen his website the other day, and he's making out of PVC air or sponge filters with the big round sponges on it now, and he's putting it over PVC pipe, and it has it come up and all that, and you just put the line in it, but you know, I'm sure he just drills a bunch of holes in there and then puts that sucker over there so you can put them in huge tanks, like 120s and bigger. But he sells those big, huge things. But with these tanks, I mean, now that I have bolt air pumps on here, I mean, I got massive, because one air pump, I was stretching it 32 tanks, but hey, they all ran and they would get clogged up. So I would soup them up and drill those holes to allow more air to come out. And the pump ran good. Well, now I ran, because the one pump comes from the back corner over here and feeds all this. And then I have a feeding valve, a four valve, a chrome valve that comes out, which feeds these two. Well, then all I do is, I cut the end off, brought it all the way around, connected it to the back of this, and then I ran it up into the joist and ran it across over there and then down in the pumps in here. And I'm gonna put a shelf, screw it right to the joist and put the pump right on there, and the pump will sit behind that wall right there, and then the other pump is back there. I'm gonna put a shelf on this wall here because right now it's sitting on the water heater back there. So, I just got to come over and then come down with some PVC, just, or just keep the rubber tube coming down and around like I do on this one over here. So, okay, Brian, everyone, the breeder boxes you have are Papa Top. They sell them in different sizes in France, India, other areas, but not in the U.S. on Amazon. You can get the breeder box from Wish. Wait, I found it on Amazon. I'll try to post a link. What breeder box? Not this one that I got, right? Yes, I'm interested in dual sponges. In Canada, the white square 3D net is $23. Yeah, but is that fishy fun? Is that every white 3D net? I mean, is there cheaper 3D nets? Because what I'm saying is I can get because see, not many people have. I mean, they may know people, but I have an ability to get a lot of stuff from Taiwan, for the hobby. So that's what I asked. I asked them like a week ago. I say, hey, can I start getting some nets? Because Monica had brought it up that there may be people that want the same filters that I have, because here's the thing is they sell the green ones. My guy sells the same filters I have, and they're green. So all the plastic is green instead of black, and the tube it's all green. Well, I think the up tubes are clear, but the plastic's green. Well, mine's black, and he pays the same, but he charges different. And they'll be like, yeah, these are the best filters ever. I'm like, really? Well, I got this one, same as that one. Yours is just green. I would rather have black than green anyways, because green doesn't. I mean, yeah, I have everything in the tank green, but you're gonna have this big green thing on the back of the tank. The black, I don't know, it fits, but the sponges are black on it. So I'd rather have black and clear. I don't know. That's me. Because I think the black hides better, and stuff like that. But so yeah, if you guys think. Oh, good night, Chevy Fish. Yeah, I'm getting tired too, brother. Shoot. But thank you for showing up. I really appreciate you stopping by. It's good to see you. I hope you feel better. Is that you that wasn't feeling good? Somebody's not feeling good. Whoever's not feeling good, I hope you feel better. It was oh wait, was it Cichlids 23? Somebody's not feeling good, but oh yeah, it was Sand Creek. I hope Sand Creek's all right. You're in the ICU, Sand Creek? Well, I'll make sure that me and my family send out a bunch of wishes for you, a bunch of prayers, a bunch of positive wishes and prayers for you, brother. Yes, black. I have a black background on my shrimp tank. Wasn't it Monica? Oh yeah, no, yeah, Monica wasn't feeling good, but it was also Sand Creek Aquatics is in the hospital. Say he feels really weak and he's in the ICU. I'm very sorry to hear that, but thank you for. I hope we were able to put a smile on your face. Just watching. Oh, orange eye, red King Kong steal bloodworms out of a pygmy Corey's mouth. He snatched it. He took that stuff. He said, "Give me that jerky." Yeah. So you guys want any of them? Those breeder boxes with the holes or whatever? Contact Mucha. Tell Mucha that Detroit Shrimp sent you. Uh, and we use a lot of their products here. I've never talked to them. That's what I'm saying. I'll take a free sponsorship. Want to give me food and a bunch of free stuff? I'll take it. Coca Colas, they got that in Asia. Sand Creek got helicoptered to the ICU. I am fine. Good night, all. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're fine, Chevy Fish. And let's all say some prayers tonight for Sand Creek. Lisa says, "LOL, you too funny." Tomorrow, show us the metal frame tank in your video. It looked like some nice boost in there. Yeah, I took some pictures of it. I think yesterday sent them to Priscilla. Yeah, Priscilla never got back to me because she took some pictures of some boost. It's the same boost. The boost that I have is in that tank, the meta frame, and a couple pieces down here. That's all I own. I'm not so special to own a crap ton of it. But um, yeah, I sent pictures uh, to Priscilla. She sent me some pictures last night of some crazy boosts. So I said, well, I'll send you a picture of mine because she was asking me about what one of my mosses was. I was like, I don't know. I said, Dan said it could be this one that's really rare. I said, but well, I'll send you pictures of it. And she never commented on them. So, uh, I think she was too excited of ordering blue steels or something. So, but yeah, I could show you that tank tomorrow. That'd be cool. I get first dibs on the boost if he is selling it. Monica's so sweet. Jeez, oh Pete's. Whew. So yeah, not wanting to buy, just wanted to see. No, yeah. I'm not. Yeah, no. I'll show it to you. Yeah, because what am I gonna do? Sell you? All I got is like 5 plants. Wait, 1, 2, 3, maybe 6. I need to buy. That's what I'm saying. I'll show you because you could tell me what it is because my buddy that sent it to me, he didn't know what it was. But Priscilla keeps telling me that you and her, what does she say that you guys hold plants? And I said, is it legal or are you talking fish plants? But she said you and her plant holders, or I don't know if she meant hoarders, but then I said that I wanted to get, because that's why I left. Somebody told me that I should paint my wall. I think it was Chubby Guppy, because the lights and stuff. I don't want to. I like pure white. It's a little cream. I have like a cream on it. It's actually it's not. It's a ceiling paint, white ceiling paint. Ceiling paint is dull. Um, but that I want things a certain way, so I don't put shiny paint on the walls like the bedrooms and stuff. This doesn't need to be shiny. It needs to have a certain look. So, anyways, I want to put posters on here from Lou Cop and maybe like Mo Polar if she has any, and what's her face? Hold on. Oh, Vivian Ballin. You ever see her stuff? Her shrimp are crazy. But I'd like to. I mean, I don't care if it was all Chris Lukops. Just all the shrimp, the ones with all the shrimp on it. Because like I said, I respect him and I respect his company. I mean, and then she starts showing me all these framed photos or the posters in her house and stuff. I was like, what? She's like, oh yeah, and I have a bunch that aren't even framed. So I think I'm gonna I'll be sending Priscilla some money for some posters and get all this hooked up around here because that's the last thing I need. I think is some really nice posters. Dan Slee, hoarder for sure. Have boost galore. Yeah, Vivian has some nice shrimp, especially orange eye stuff. She's incredible. I mean, I see her stuff and it makes my jaw drop. It's like yeah, she has some really nice stuff. I messaged her a couple times, never ever get an answer. So um, I don't. I guess my last name's ending in SKI doesn't matter that she lives in Poland and I'm an adopted Polak, so can't get an answer for nothing. So Connie too, Connie. Chris Lukop is an amazing photographer. Yes, he is. Chris Lukop is. I don't think I could say one bad thing about that guy, even if I knew something bad about him. He is just very polite, very nice. Um, he tries to bring everything to the hobby. I mean, I can't see the stuff. I don't know the people he knows. I can't go to their house and look at their incredible, setups and how they do stuff and get those little. That's what I'm saying. You gotta watch Chris's stuff because you get those little. I mean, if you could speak a little bit of German, you'll get what he doesn't say as a little tip. No, I'm just kidding. But it's you pay attention. Like I said, he was at Yuri's place today. That guy breeds PRLs with almost no R. So they're just PL. They're just pure lines. I mean, they got pure white legs. And his best ones have almost no red. He said he's been doing it for 5 years. I mean, the guy's it's nice to see this stuff and then see what his TDSs are, his micro Siemens, and see how high he's breeding them at. And it's good to see his stuff but Chris, he goes all over the place. For him to drive to his first stop this morning when he was leaving, when It was on at like 2:30 this morning, whatever time it is in Germany. He's like, well, my first stop's 5 hours. What? See, that's what I'm saying. He's dedicated. I know he gets a paycheck from Dennerley, but I don't think that guy ever not has a smile on his face bringing us the, news about the hobby. I have to say, that's one guy I respect. And I'll say it all day long who I respect and who I don't and why. It's not that I, hate or dislike somebody, but if you do stuff that I think is hokey or I don't believe it, okay, fine. But yeah, Chris is just, he's a good dude. He's a real good dude. Yeah, Yuri takes such amazing photos too, right? That's what I'm saying. These guys are, when will you? I'll never meet Yuri. Unless for some reason I made it to Aquashella and for some reason Yuri felt like coming to Chicago. Why would that man want to come to Chicago? So I'll never meet that guy. So, it's like I got to see in his house, see how his stuff was laid out, and see how he does stuff. Of course, he doesn't ask him, what do you salt your water with? Because Luke Hop, he said, okay, if you're a breeder, contact me, we'll support you, blah, blah, blah. And he gives all the food and everything. So I messaged, he knows. I sent him pictures of my wall. Hey, look, but, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, it's really educating. Really, really educating. He reminds me of not by looks or anything, but what was old boy's name? Bill Nye the Science Guy when I was a kid. That guy, he was always in a good mood. And he would teach you stuff as a kid. That you weren't learning in school and all this stuff. It's just and Luke Hop brings a lot of stuff to the hobby. The guy, he needs a raise. It says I speak German. I can translate German and broadcast if you want. Yeah, all right. I just want to make sure if he tells them some insider secrets that Luke Hop tells us and just doesn't. Because Yuri Jansen, he only speaks German and Russian. So Chris had to talk to him in German. He understood a little bit, but you got to make sure that they don't give a tidbit and somebody's not telling you what it is. I'm kidding. They tell you. Lisa says, I think I'm going to have to call it a night, everyone. Have a good night. See you tomorrow evening. Stay safe, everyone. Stay safe, Lisa. Good night. Good night. 55 Chris Luke Hop's signature crayfish pellets are amazing for shrimp. Yeah, somebody said that yesterday. I don't know if it was you. Somebody, though. I'm going to have to try them. I got 4 200-gram jars on sale. 3 are in my freezer. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that. Because, it's just, I don't know. It's like Dennerley can put Dennerley names on their products, but I'm not saying that Dennerley doesn't have control of, what's put in stuff or what isn't. But, does Chris, really know what crayfish eat, or does he just take their pictures? Well, no, the guy collects freaking crayfish. So he has an understanding. He sees where they live, all this stuff. So who knows, man? He might have a finger in the ingredients of that, and that's why it's such a big, huge deal. But see, that's the thing. Chris Luke Hop probably isn't allowed to say, "Hey, buy my crayfish pellets for your shrimp," because then maybe Dennerley won't sell some of their shrimp food because they'll use the crayfish food, and maybe one of their products will sit on the shelf longer now because people are using the crayfish food instead of, and maybe the crayfish food sells a lot. Who knows? So I like Yuri and George Farmer, followed them for years. You'll meet Yuri and Luke Cop. I know it. I bet they come to Chicago. Yeah, it'd be cool if I could meet. I mean, I met a lot of people in my life. A lot of people were cool. A lot of people were not cool. You know, from back when I was a little kid, when I worked out with Big John Studd, Hulk Hogan, Iron Sheik, Jake the Snake Roberts, all those guys. Um, to growing up older and just meeting tons and tons of people, taking photographs for what was the name of that magazine? Uh, oh gosh, I can't remember. The guy I knew worked for a magazine. He was a photographer. Oh, Rolling Stone. He needed somebody to go. His partner couldn't go, so I got to go to a big concert with them and go backstage and have the certain special passes and and I mean it was cool. It was Bon Jovi concert. So and then everybody I met when I got older, and boxers from Detroit, football players, Billy Sims, Barry Sanders, all this stuff, and but that was when I was growing up when I didn't have a hobby. Now that I have a hobby, it's like you look up to people in it, and Luke Cop would be one I'd like to meet. I mean, I'd like to meet Mark from Mark Shrimp Tanks, and it's just a few people would be cool to meet. I'd like to meet Dan Slee, Monica Lynn, meet everybody. I love overhearing someone speak in other languages when they think no one around understands. I have surprised people. Yes, they can usually make comments, and I can tell if they are genuine or not. Hey, there's if you look it up, there's some American dudes that go around in Asian towns and in Asia, but they'll go to like Chinatown or places where that Asians live, and they walk around, and it's really good because the one dude like both of them, there's like two or three of them that do the show, and sometimes more, but the one kid, he like grew up in Asia for like years and years and speaks Mandarin and all this stuff. So he'll like ask them, hey, how much is this? And they try to do their best talking, tell them, then they'll like giggle or something. And then all of a sudden he starts talking in their language and their jaws drop and they're like, oh my gosh, you speak this so fluently. And it's really good. If you guys ever get a chance, go on YouTube and look. I don't know, just punch in white guys talking Asian language or something, and it'll find it for you, and then punch it up. It's really cool to see people talk other languages like that. All right, everybody, it is 12:12. I didn't get up till almost 2:00 this afternoon, so I have to get to bed. Thanks everyone for showing up. Every day is getting brighter and better around here. I mean, love seeing everybody. I had a lot of fun, lots of fun every night. That's why I keep coming back. It's a blast. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for all the questions and comments. Let's keep them coming. Let's keep it going. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't hit it yet. Last call for alcohol. Good night. So, hey, tell your friends, tell your buddies, come hang out in the D. Hey, thanks, Dan, for being here. Thanks, Streetwise. Let's try to get these numbers up. I mean, everybody help me get up to 300. I think I'm at 319. I'm closer to 1,000, but the sooner I get there, I'll have the ability to film on my camera. I mean, on my phone. So I won't be like stuck here and then moving on. I can literally So that's my goal, to hit 1,000 so I can have my phone unlocked and I can, go through YouTube that way. I think it would just be easier for everybody if, it opens more doors that way, so. But, yep, hey, I got all the patience in the world. So, we have been picking up subscribers, and I appreciate every one of them. I wish they were in here all the time. But, people subscribe, and I guess they don't know about the live chats yet. So maybe as they start watching throughout my videos, they'll get up to one or something. But yeah, we'll get there together. We will. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up. I had a blast. Chubbs, Mike, Streetwise, Don. Thanks, everybody. Anybody has ordered anything from me, it'll be sent out tomorrow afternoon.